Tried it, it didn't work. Maisie, what's her name?
May not have grown from my DNA, but she is 101% my daughter, and I am just so proud of her. To me, it's just family. She's my family, she's my daughter.
Finding forever family.
Good evening and welcome to the Hampshire Senior Cup final of the Women's Trophy. We have Portsmouth against Bournemouth tonight, and I'm Ella Bowler.
And I am Jack Edwards.
It's certainly a cold one tonight, but hopefully when the teams step out onto the pitch, it will heat up a little bit again. How do you think tonight is going to go, Jack?
I think it's going to be an interesting one. Of course, originally we were going to have a repeat of last year's final between the South Coast derby of Portsmouth and Southampton, but obviously because Southampton have other things on tonight, I think it'll be an interesting one. Portsmouth will be under pressure because they are the defending champions, but no, I think Bournemouth either way will give it a really hard time for Pompey.
Absolutely, and before we get on the teams onto the pitch, we're going to cut to the Bournemouth manager, Steve Cuss, to see what his opinions are on tonight's game.
Hi, we're back, and I'm with Steve Cuss, the Bournemouth women's manager. Steve, what's the atmosphere like today for you?
Yeah, excitement. There's a real energy about the group. They're really looking forward to the final. It's a strange way for us to get to the final, but now we're here, we're looking forward to the occasion.
And this is the other thing, your journey here has been one that's not on a straight and narrow path. What's that journey been like here to get here tonight?
Yeah, it was obviously a bye in the first round, then a walkover, and then we lost in the semi-final, but back in for the final. So it has been a strange one, but from the minute we got the invite, it's a pleasure to be here, and we're looking forward to the game.
And what would it mean for your squad tonight to beat someone that's a table above in Pompey?
That's what I've said to the players. It's a challenge, and we've got to embrace the challenge. We're playing a team that plays at a high level of football. I think they've won this cup 12 years in a row or something like that. It's an incredible record they got, but what a challenge for us, and something that we can look forward to.
Awesome. And what are the keys to victory tonight?
I always think when you're playing against a team from a higher level, you've got to stay in the game for as long as you can. I think the first goal is going to be important tonight, and we're going to have to defend well and take our chances. So it's a bit of everything, but we know we're going to have to play well to beat a good side. Awesome.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That was Steve Cuss talking before the game, and we're going to pass it over to Jay Sadler, to the Portsmouth manager, to see what his opinions are as well.
Yeah, it means a lot, to be fair. I've been at the club 6 years, going for the 5th in my tenure, and I think this is 13 for the club, which is crazy, but it's a historic competition that that the club hold high in high regards. So we've got to give everything we've got in order to win against a strong Bournemouth side.
And what are going to be the key takeaways to get a win tonight?
I think the non-negotiables. Sometimes you go into games of football and you've got to have the non-negotiables. You've got to win in every first. If you can't win the first ball, you've got to win the second ball. How we are in our 1v1 duels, they've got some real good individual players that if you give them time and space, they'll hurt you. So we've got to nullify that, and then we've just got to express ourselves. We've got to enjoy ourselves. It's a cracking pitch. It'll be a great atmosphere, and we just got to play our football and enjoy it.
Awesome. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate it.
No problem at all. Cheers.
So there we are. So right now we are joined by one of our pundits for tonight, Stanley Ifakuchi. Stanley, what's your game predictions for tonight then, between the two South Coast sides?
Well, I'll go with the defending champions, of course. I think if you walk around the stadium now, it's like 10 people, 9 will tell you it's defending champions, and one of them might even be a Bournemouth supporter unknowingly.
No, that's fantastic stuff. What do you think each team are going to go for tactically wise tonight? For tonight's game.
Well, we do know that Portsmouth know how to hold the ball. They are the better team on the ball, so they'll try to control the game. And Bournemouth know, they just have to get into a compact shape to stop Portsmouth from advancing, from causing a lot of trouble. So I see Portsmouth with a lot of the ball and Bournemouth on the back foot, defending, trying to get the ball and hit on the counter.
Obviously, we know that Portsmouth are here defending their title. How will Bournemouth come into this game with that mentality?
Well, I think they have nothing to prove, and they know that to themselves, that they have nothing to prove. Being that they had lost 3-0 to Saints, and Saints were to come into this game but pulled out of the game. So they know, like you said, Jack, a lot of the pressure is on Portsmouth. So Bournemouth will try to keep it calm, maintain their position, their compact shape, and just to get the job done.
Oh yeah, no, I completely agree. It's going to be a very interesting match, I feel, as well. Yeah, that sounds good. Is there anyone you're particularly looking out for tonight?
Danielle, she's really good. And Ella Jones too, so we'll be looking out to see these people walk out tonight.
Thank you, Stanley, and we're going to pass you up to Matthew Brenton and Jordan Gregson, our commentators for tonight's game. Enjoy the match.
Yeah, thanks guys. Well, the teams are out. It's a cup-deciding Hampshire Women's FA Cup final between Portsmouth and AFC Bournemouth. So, Bournemouth are that's their first final. Can you believe it? In their history, Portsmouth are reigning champions in this competition after beating Southampton on penalties last year. But it seems every time Pompey get to a final, they win it. Win this, it's their 13th. Yeah.
Number 7, Katie Kinshot. Number 14, Katie James. Number 15, Penny Cripp. Number 24, Lucy Cooper. Number 26, Jane Bradley. And number 27, Becky Barr. Substitutes for AFC Bournemouth. Number 1, Katie Scanning. Number 5, Caitlin Ward. Number 11, Helen Corbin. Number 21, Hannah Francis.
Yeah, so
and
we're...
number 22, Elle Elkins.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Well, it's the cup final decider here at the Silverlake between Pompey and Bournemouth. It is Pompey's it's their final. They were in the reigning champions last year. Can you believe it? They're back again. If they win this, it's their 13th consecutive win in a final. But before match gets underway, we are going to have a minute of silence just prior to kick-off for the former Hampshire chairman, Robin Osborne, who sadly passed away last week after a long battle with ill health. He was elected into the Hampshire FA Council in 1996 and has been involved ever since. The referee walks over into the middle of the pitch just to notify the players that they are on the way. I'm joined here in the commentary box, by the way, with Matthew Renton. Matty,
Yeah, good evening, Jordan. Good evening, all the listeners at home joining us on this stream. Very exciting game ahead tonight, I think. The Hampshire Women's FA Cup final. Portsmouth, Pompey women, obviously the clear favourites with their success and record in this competition. But Bournemouth themselves will fancy an upset. Let's go live.
Yeah, so like I said, we're just about to get underway, but prior to that, the minute silence is about to get underway. So I will stop talking in the memory of Robin Osborne. A nice moment there for Robin Osborne, who has sadly passed away. Right, on to the game. Matty, what are we thinking for tonight? Obviously, Pompey are in the league above Bournemouth, but they've played already this year. Pompey coming out 2-1 winners thanks to 2 set pieces. How do you see the game going?
It's a difficult one to call. Like I said before, you know, Pompey women are the clear favourites. They are in the league above. They have such an unbelievable record in this competition. Like you said, when they get to the final, they seem to win the final. Even last year on penalties against arch rivals Southampton. So they will be very, very confident heading into this game. Bournemouth themselves, listened to the manager before the game as well, talking about how it wasn't quite how they wanted to get to this final. You know, they've kind of been reinstated. A couple of buys through into the final, with not even having to play in the quarters or the semis, but that's an incentive, you know, and this might be a story, maybe a script written for Bournemouth to go all the way.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, there's something about this cup that just always throws up a really good final. That final last year between Southampton and Pompey, it was a really incredible match. And obviously, Hannah Horton, who's in goal today, being the hero for Portsmouth, as they're about to get us underway for the Hampshire FA Cup final. I can't wait.
Yeah, really looking forward to this one. Really looking forward to this one. Good attendance here as well tonight.
They do.
At the at Eastleigh's ground, into the ball.
They do look lively. And Pompey go long for the first time in the game, up into Bournemouth's half. And Bournemouth, I think, will just need to take maybe a few minutes just to get their nerves together, because obviously Pompey have been here before. They know what they're doing.
So yeah, this is Bournemouth's first ever final in this competition, isn't it?
Of course, of course. And you know, there's something sometimes in a final you just need to play one to get used to it. So the first 10 minutes are really crucial in this game for Bournemouth to just kind of keep their heads and that you kind of contain the pressure of Pompey.
Yeah, I think it's important Bournemouth just keep things level-headed, keep the ball on the ground as much as possible there, feed into the game. And big thing is to try not to go down early, you know, stay in the game for as long as possible. But it's not as though this is a major difference in class here, you know, there's only one division. Bournemouth are striving and pushing to get into the same division as Pompey. So they'll be looking to really challenge themselves today and make a good account of them.
100%. And you know what? Bournemouth have actually got off to the better start here, haven't the early possessions.
Yeah. Space on the right-hand side. She can find that. Goes left.
It's a nice ball over here. Actually, that's Kelly James on the ball.
Kelly James looking to find the cross here. Lays it back.
Inside. Oh, it's a nice turn, that. Lovely touch. Is Davis into the box.
Oh,
it's a good header.
It is.
It's just calm pressure here from Pompey. As I say that, they lift the ball up, but actually it's turned into a lovely pass up the line.
Intercepted by Bournemouth. Oh, Sheila.
Yeah, James thought she was offside there, but obviously wasn't. I'll tell you what, this is dangerous. Hannah Horton having to do some early some early runs, actually. You know, she has to be on her toes here for sure.
Hannah Hero Horton, as
Hannah
I
Hero Horton, I
like
do
to
like
call her. You know what I mean? The cup final hero from last year in that penalty shootout. Like I say, she's got fond memories of this competition, as do the rest of the ladies in blue. So we'll be looking to continue that impressive stats in this history.
100%.
Kale there inside, surrounded by 3 Bournemouth. Davies with the tackle there, blocking out for the throw.
And you wouldn't have thought it, but Bournemouth have started with some early pressure.
They
Every
really
time
have.
the Portsmouth player gets the ball, there is a Bournemouth player straight on them.
This is the thing with the cup, though, Jordan. You know, you can never count out any team and the favourites. You know, you wouldn't know who was in the higher division as it stands so far. As Bournemouth had an impressive start.
Right, first couple of minutes, and Bournemouth have started well here. I mean, you can kind of see that the crowd are pushing towards the Bournemouth side. I mean, that you can see who their favourite is early in the game, really.
What could go in Bournemouth's favour as well is how much they should really grasp this situation, really want to try and make history, because as we said, Pompey women are used to this. They're used to this final, they're used to lifting this trophy, whereas Bournemouth, quite a newly established club in the Women's League, compared to Pompey, they could really be setting themselves up for hopefully a bright future.
You're completely right there. And you know, sometimes it takes one of these finals just to really bring a team together, and they rise to the occasion. And that's what you want to see really here from Bournemouth. They want to cause an upset. They want to be in this final, and they're going to really try and push, you know, to win it as hard as they can.
Yeah, and do prepare yourself at home for a potential long night, as obviously the cup does have to be lifted tonight. It will go all the way to penalties, even if need be, as we've seen last year, and as we saw last night in the men's final. Great game last night in that penalty shootout.
It really was.
I'm sure the women's can live up to that same expectation tonight. Throw in for Pompey.
There's been a few just going down that side. Danielle Rose being quite busy, the Pompey captain.
Oh, they're
There's
in
a
here.
good ball in
Bournemouth,
behind
right hand
Bournemouth.
side. Good touch back there. Plays into the box. Oh, surrounded and cleared by Pompey.
And I think you can see early the real danger of woman here for Bournemouth is James. She seems to be getting the ball and wanting to play forward every single time.
I'm impressed by the pace from both sides. Yeah, they're playing at quite a high tempo already early doors.
Yeah, I'll be
Oh,
completely...
they're in behind here, Pompey. They're in the
Pompey
box. Looks to square it.
Right. Oh, it's actually great defending there by the Bournemouth centre-back. I think that was not Maisie Smith, no, sorry. But they're away here again. I'll tell you what, for the start of the game, it's actually been very end-to-end.
It has.
So Davies nearly gives the ball away, but it turns out to be good feet. The Bournemouth centre-back's really getting time on the ball here. Pompey are not afraid to just let them off and let them have a go, are they?
Tell you what though, Jasmine Younger there at the back for Pompey. She's not letting anything get past her so far from that Portsmouth back line, dominating headers away from any Bournemouth danger. And now Pompey look to break into Bournemouth's half.
It was obviously we're looking for Tamsin de Bunsen, who scored a screamer.
Oh yes.
When I say it was a screamer, it went top bins.
We'll hope to see plenty more of that tonight.
Of course. I mean, Portsmouth really, they're a good cup side as well. I mean, they're not doing too well in the league, but you know, sometimes this can rejuvenate a season.
Yeah, absolutely. It really can. And when you've got that reputation and you're looking to make it, retain that trophy from last year, they'll be looking to make this their own.
Yeah, Lucy Cooper just plays it inside here.
Oh,
and I'll tell you what, there's time that James nearly on the ball there.
Pompey bring it away. Look for the runner again.
Well, Pompey are really playing on the counter-attack here, and Bournemouth are containing them quite well. I mean, there's not been really any clear-cut chances as we're 5 minutes in.
No, but it is end-to-end, and like you say, Pompey are constantly going for that through ball to Sherelle Casal as she looks to break the Bournemouth back line. Yet to do so, but it's been an entertaining, that 6 minutes has flew by already, to be fair.
Yeah, it absolutely has. And I mean, do you think the referee Jordan McRitchie is going to have a busy night tonight, or do you think it's going to be a quiet one?
Oh, I think we could see things getting heated up. I know we had the real rivalry last year, if you like, with Southampton and Portsmouth, but these are still two close sides, still two sides that really want this trophy. So I'm sure it'll gauge more passionate and more entertaining as the night goes on.
Bragging rights across Hampshire and across the south coast.
Absolutely.
It's a bit of a wasted ball in behind there. And Horton's been quite busy in the Portsmouth goal so far with her feet.
What I'm liking about Bournemouth as well, they're really putting the pressure on and keeping the press high, you know, closing. There was 2 of them closing down Hannah Horton in net there to try and make a mistake from the kick.
But this is what they've got to be careful of.
Pompey on the break.
Pompey on the run.
Watch it. Look for the switchfield ball there. Hands raised. Apologising to our forward there.
It looks like Casal is the last woman who's just looking for that running behind down the channel, just to almost get them clear of danger at the moment. Really,
yeah,
it's almost a hopeful ball.
Yeah, and just hoping to get that one-on-one opportunity. Another throw into Bournemouth on that right-hand side.
And I'll tell you what, I cannot work out where Katie James is playing. She's been on the left and on the right in the first 10 minutes.
She's there, she's everywhere, Jordan.
She is. She's almost got that free roll.
Yeah, she's got that free roam. She's in the Messi role. Bournemouth with the throw. Good turn there, good turn.
But still, Pompey are just happy to let them sit off. You can't see them really putting any high pressure on. It's all Bournemouth here.
It's a long range effort, it's floating. Oh, it's off the bar! Bournemouth have hit the bar there. Becky Bath strikes the bar with a long range effort as well. Horton was all beaten, all ends up.
Absolutely, it was a massive deflection on that as well.
Around it again, Bournemouth another chance. Oh, it's just over the bar again.
It's getting lively here, Matt. It is getting lively.
It is heating up here. The fans are responding. Bournemouth are bailing the pressure on. They are really up for this one tonight.
It's looking good. It's just a long ball forward, really, from the halfway line. It's actually held up really well. I think that was Jade Bradley there. It was actually Lucy Cooper. Held it up really well, and the strike on her left foot, it wasn't a bad one, you know.
It wasn't. It was good. It was close. It was an even better one from Becky Bath, who did strike that crossbar. The closest either siders came here in the opening 10 minutes of this cup final.
She did not look like she was getting there, did she, Hannah Horton? And she'll be hoping to pull off some of the same saves that she made last year's competition.
That's the thing, though, Jordan. Like the pressure is on for Pompey in a way. They are the side who have won the trophy. Their name is on the trophy as it stands. They are the side that is a division higher, and there's players like Hannah Horton there who's got that reputation now. Whereas Bournemouth are coming into this, they've been reinstated from the quarters and the semis. They've got themselves through, and they're playing this, as you can tell so far. Nothing to lose. Go for it.
Absolutely.
Make
and that's
history.
what you want to see from an underdog, really.
Absolutely, yeah. We've seen it so many times. You know, the old cliche, the magic of the cup. And Bournemouth are well and truly trying to adopt that tonight. That's a lovely back heel there on the left-hand side by Evie Gain.
It's Bradley. Switches on here. And the Bournemouth centre-backs, every time they've had possession, have been really comfortable, although that is a sloppy pass there. That is, and Pompey are away here.
Pompey on the edge of the
two
box.
in the box. Can they find a ball in?
Sitting off.
Onto her right.
What
it's
a
a
tackle,
great
that
tackle.
is.
She's absolutely made up for her error there, Kelly Fripp. It's a corner ball to Pompey, but really she did very well to recover from that, didn't she, Matty?
She did. I mean, that was a lovely last-minute time challenge. Dangerous one as well, being in the box. And, we're thinking, she's backing off, she's giving her time, but she timed the sliding challenge to perfection.
And she needed to as well, because it would have been a penalty if she got it wrong.
Yeah, and that is a corner now to Pompey, right-hand side.
And sometimes the centre-backs want that early tackle just to make sure they're on the ball, don't they, Matty?
Keep your eye on Jasmine Younger. Yeah, she's been brilliant with headers at the back. Can she emulate that going forward?
And that should be keeper's ball.
Yeah.
It's a poor corner, really, isn't it?
It is. Wasted.
But it's the first sign that Pompey are in this game. I mean, we've said about Bournemouth's early pressure, but Pompey have, last 2 minutes have come into it, and that's
a long through ball, and
that is in the danger zone.
Yeah, Hannah Horton does come out, make it her own, clears it into the old stand there.
She's got a taste of a sweeper keeper, Hannah Horton.
Oh, she has.
She stays a high line, which could be caught out. And that's Jones with the throw in for Bournemouth. Just, I'd say halfway between the 18-yard box and the halfway line. And they've got
space here for Bournemouth.
Oh, it's good. The touch has just run away from her there. Could have been a chance for a shot across field. Oh, here we go.
Oh, this could be a 50-50.
Oh, she stood up there. She stood up well. And it's Aubrey. Aubrey is the one that's looking dangerous for Pompey down this right-hand side.
Ooh, that could be a high foot. Pompey fans claim it, and referee's blues whistle. High foot.
probably can't complain about that really from the ref, can you?
High foot there from Jade Bradley from Pompey on Danielle Lane. Free kick to Pompey.
And if I was Pompey here, I would be getting this in the box, I think.
100%.
Test the Bournemouth centre-backs.
Yeah.
Because that's what they need. They need to be tested early. Because if an early goal could really set the standards here.
I'm not sure why Young has taken the free kick. She's been one of the best headers of the game so far.
Yeah, she's towered above everyone for Bournemouth, really.
I'm interested to see what she can offer from set pieces. She must have a good
bit of a
whip on her here. So can she get this delivery right into the box?
It's a long
That is
one.
a good ball.
That is a great
Too
ball.
close to the keeper though.
Oh,
nearly
keeper.
spilled it there. Sam Chips, but collected it.
Collected it nicely, actually. She could afford that a bit of time, couldn't she?
Yeah.
And you're seeing Bournemouth play out from the back. They're not scared of this Pompey side,
really
which is
not.
nice to see.
You've got to admire the Cherries' bravery so far here in the opening exchanges. They're still not playing like they are the underdog, are they?
No, and it's looking like a 4-3-3, and it's working here. They've packed the midfield, and they just seem to be dominating the possession. Every time they get it, they're on the second balls really sharp. And Pompey they don't really look like they've started here, mate.
I think Pompey may have underestimated their opponent so far, yeah, Jordan.
Definitely. That's a
nice
turn.
Nice turn, that
is
isn't
a
it?
nice turn.
Nice
That
bit
was
of skill
king
there.
Shot. Just wandering forwards. Bournemouth here.
Oh, foul given to Pompey.
Yep. Abby Jones just a little bit too hasty there. I think she didn't need to give that foul away.
No. In a good area.
But these free kicks haven't really come into Pompey's favour yet, Matty.
Keep going long and it seems like it's wasted. I think they should try and build up a bit of possession and keep the ball from Bournemouth here, but they've been just in the first quarter of the match here, they've been happy to just let Bournemouth have the ball.
And the Bournemouth midfield really are running the show here, by the way. It is looking good.
Another good tackle in the
just
middle
there.
of the park.
Oh, that's lovely feet there. It's lovely, and they just look like they're antling. Oh, but that is short. Albury could be gone, but nope.
Good interception by Albury, but again, Bournemouth's pressure. Look at that high, intense presser.
Yep.
Every time the Pompey get the ball there, there's a rush of ladies to change after them.
And that was James with the attempted switch of play, but hasn't worked. And
they're in here,
Pompey. There is a cut back on. Can she find her?
In the middle.
It's in the middle. Free chance.
Oh, it's in!
Oh!
They've spilled it, and it's Townsend to Bunsen.
That is Danielle Lane has scored for Pompey, and you have to say, Matty, it's against the run of play.
It is against the run of play, but doesn't that just show Pompey's quality? That's the division above quality there. I'm not sure. Keeper for Bournemouth there looked a bit suspect to me. I thought she'd saved it at first there, Sam Trippies, but then it did scuffle under.
Maybe the keeper there will be thinking, maybe I could have done a little bit better with that, especially when Bournemouth had all the early pressure, but... Oh, my apologies, that was Townsend to Bunsen.
Yeah, I did say Townsend, and then you went for the
I
other one. I thought it was
Townsend
to Bunsen. It is Townsend to Bunsen, yeah. I thought it was.
Well, it wasn't quite as good as our goal in the semi-finals, but you take them all, don't you?
You definitely take them all in the finals. It gives Pompey a valuable 1-0 lead over Bournemouth just before the 15-minute mark there.
Yeah,
that's a crunching tackle.
Cruncher. And I think Kelly Fripp just needs to get her head in the game here a little bit. She was obviously shaken early by her early mistake. Recovered well from that one, but maybe could have done a bit better for the first goal.
I think she definitely should have done better. I'd like to watch that back again. Maybe we'll touch on that at half time, but it seemed like Bunsen wasted a bit of a good opportunity from where she was shooting from, and it just slipped under the elms of Bournemouth's keeper there, so it's a shame.
And that was
a foul.
That was late there.
That's a foul.
On King's shot. And Bournemouth, again, the set pieces, they could come into fruition here. A ball into the box, just need to make sure you move it away from Younger. And you could be in.
Bournemouth's Jade Bradley is limping there, and she has been just involved in the crunching tackle right underneath our gantry about 2 minutes ago, and she is limping towards the penalty area. I think she should be able to shake it off, but that just epitomises her performance so far. I think she's been everywhere. She's been totally unafraid of getting stuck in, and she's been a vital part of that cog in the Bournemouth engine in the midfield there. She's going near the front post here as Bournemouth look to whip it in search for that equaliser.
It's James standing over the ball here. Will it be a right footer for the in swinger, or will it be the left footer? I think I'll be tempted with the right foot here.
It suits the angle of her right foot,
It
but it looks
does.
like she's setting up on the left there. She's going for it.
And it's comfortable for Horton in the end.
I'd be surprised if you're beating Hannah Horton from there.
Yeah, it's a bit of a waste, really. They're in a good position. But will we still see the same tactics from Portsmouth? I mean, they are 1-0 up.
I mean, that's the thing when we said Bournemouth had started the brighter. They had more of the ball, but Pompey were happy to do that. They were happy to have the ball. They hit them on the counter. Just take the here. There's plenty of space, left-hand side. In the box again.
Aubrey with the challenge. And I think that's going to be a goal kick there.
Goal kick, yeah.
It was actually a good challenge by the Bournemouth left back. And she had to come in cover there. There's some spaces in behind this Bournemouth defence.
Yeah.
Serious spaces.
Yeah, they're definitely exploiting them on the counter-attack again there.
Yeah, I think Bournemouth just need to settle down here, take a few minutes in possession of the ball.
I think they'll be obviously disappointed to go 1-0 down, but more so because of how bright the start of the game was.
They'll be disappointed to be in this situation.
They'll feel, undeserved, but there's no time for that. This is the cup final.
Absolutely.
They're going to have to pick themselves back up and get back on it.
Got to get your head back in the game.
It's a nice touch there by Quayle.
Yeah. That's well in again.
Pompey's starting to zip the ball around with a bit more confidence now after that first goal.
All of a sudden, there's more spaces on the pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
through ball.
Through here. Edge of the box. There is space. There's space either side. I wonder if the Bournemouth centre backs are playing a bit deeper than the full backs, and they're just finding the space in behind, aren't they?
Yeah, and that's a wasted cross there for a goal kick. But there is space in behind from Bournemouth, so I think we'll see plenty more goals tonight with the way Bournemouth started the game and with the way Pompey are finding that space in behind.
I mean, it's Abby Jones and Emma Davies just caught high every time, but I mean, it was working in the first 10 minutes, and all of a sudden the game seems to have flipped on its head, and they will be disappointed, Bournemouth, but they've really got to get their act together here.
They're on the ball now, Bournemouth, just trying to slow things down a bit, letting passing it around the back. Good idea. Settle things down, slow the pace down. Look for a long ball. There's too much on it. How complex.
I'm not sure if the Bournemouth strikers are playing too deep or if Hannah Horton is just commanding her area very well tonight.
Very experienced, isn't she? Very good goalkeeper that Portsmouth have got there.
Looks like she always wants the ball as well, which is nice to see from a goalkeeper.
That's a nice switch pass there.
Evie
Gain bombing forward down that left-hand side towards Danielle Rowe, the captain.
That's well in from James. Can they deal with it though? And she looks like a handful, Emma Jones playing up top. It's well cut out there for a Bournemouth throw-in. So Matty, 20 minutes in.
Yeah.
What are you thinking so far?
Thinking the goal has kind of crushed Bournemouth's souls a little bit. It's kind of disheartened them, as you can tell, because the way they started the game, they have undeservedly went behind, if we're being honest. Bournemouth, let's remember, they did strike that crossbar, then immediately put one just over the bar seconds later. So they were looking the better side, they had more of the ball. However, Pompey have showed their class when they've got the ball. They've showed that they can hit them on the counter, be dangerous on the break, and they do have that quality going forward. So,
and at the end of the day, it's who can take their chances, and Bournemouth haven't really so far.
No, but they are.
That's a nice ball there.
Getting forward here again, trying to find space on that right-hand side, out for a Pompey throw. But yeah, it's been a great opening 20 minutes, Jordan. Really enjoyed it.
It has been a good game so far, hasn't it?
Yeah, and exciting FA Cup final. You can hear the fans are roaring now. The fans are getting up for it.
They're getting behind the teams here. And this is what you want to see. You want to see, the pressure high. Because it is high.
Stakes are high.
They want the trophy.
Yeah, absolutely. But Portsmouth again. Wouldn't say they've got one hand on it just yet, because there's a long way to go in this game, and I fancy and expect Bournemouth.
And that's laying commanding in the air. That was a great header. And Aubrey, there's a pass
they were looking there. That's a good tackle that right on the end, and staying down there.
That might be a head injury there, Matty. We could be in for a
I think we're about to stop that one there.
Hopefully she's all right there.
Yeah, back on her feet there. Back on her feet there is Katie Kingshot.
Yeah, it just looks like a little blow that. Referee's done well to stop the game that quickly.
Referee's having a good game so far.
He has. He's been good. I always think when the referee's having a good game, you don't mention him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's what you want.
Let's hope it stays that way.
That's Aubrey trying to go up for it in the air. But it's dropped. Second balls are now all falling.
Oh,
It's Jones here on the edge of the box. Shot.
What a strike that is! Oh, just wide.
That was close. That looked inches away.
That was quality from Pompey's number 9, Emma Jones. Barging people out the way, kept a hold of the ball, got the strike away, got some velocity behind the hit.
She did. She hit that well with her laces. And that's Bradley trying to hold the ball. I can't tell if she's still injured, but it's not gone to a Bournemouth player again. Now it's Pompey winning the second balls.
Yeah. Look at the amount of space. She needs to find that. Oh, she waited too long to pass there.
That.
Danielle Lane was screaming for it, pointing where she wanted it.
Well, just needed to pass that a little bit earlier. And now Bournemouth are away. Is there a pass here from James? Plays it wide. That's a bit overshot, that. It's a shame. Because Maisie's King shot was in.
Captain row there, left-hand side, gives it to Emma Jones.
Sounds like she's
back again.
She's been in the game quite a lot now, Emma Jones. She really could be the difference.
Yeah, she's a real presence up top there, isn't she?
She's bombing forwards as well. It looks like she can do a bit of everything.
Yeah.
As it's now Bournemouth trying to play the long balls.
Bournemouth just a bit of a hit and hope that, wasn't it? But that's what you can't blame them for that. They've won a throw-in for it, so it can gather them further up the pitch.
And Lucy Cooper is working hard up top there.
She is
sitting on the last defender.
Bournemouth's Jade Bradley. I mentioned it earlier. She was limping around, and now she is on the ground once more. She hasn't quite looked herself, and it does look like they will be forced into the first substitution of the game here. I mentioned it earlier. She got to that crunching tackle. She's been everywhere on the pitch, putting herself about. She's having a fantastic game, but ever since that crunching tackle 10 minutes or so ago, she hasn't been quite as energetic, getting stuck in quite as much. Getting treated by the physio now. Let's see if it is going to have to be a substitution. I think Jade Bradley's signaling, look, I can't do it anymore.
No, she hasn't really looked right since she went down, has she?
No, and it's a shame for the Cherries because she was a vital part of that midfield. She was having a very, very good game. And it looks as though, unfortunately, her cup final is coming to an end.
Well, she is off and moving. I'm not sure. Maybe she was signalling she can stay on, but it looks like that Bournemouth are getting their sub ready.
To me, she seems like this kind of character that would want to stay on till the bitter end.
Yeah, she does.
But maybe it might be wise not to.
But it looks like they're going to be bringing Elkins on, which is a different option for the Cherries, really. Right, it's fair to say Elkins, when she comes on, she just needs to work hard for her team, doesn't she?
Yeah, she needs
have to contribute.
She needs to, absolutely does, because one of the hardest workers in Bradley has obviously been forced off, so someone else is going to have to step up to the plate now and be that engine in the middle of the park.
Yeah, she looks like she's slotted straight in there.
Big chance for Elkins though to come on and make that position her own in this final.
Exactly, and she's on the ball early. It now looks like that's a nice pass there. It's a nice pass from Emma Davis, and it's actually nothing seems to be falling for Bournemouth anymore. Early in the game, everything seemed to be going their way, but Quayle, I tell you, at right back, she's coming more and more into the game, and she's demanding those channels. Always like it watching a fullback when nobody gets past them and they're always the one bombing forwards.
Yeah,
the sign of a good centre. That's a good header from
bit of head tennis there from Davis and there.
Oh, it was nearly nice from James, but it didn't quite get it. But Bournemouth still got the ball there with Davis.
Davis getting it out her feet, lays it back to the defence there. They can rebuild from the back here, Bournemouth, as they look for the equaliser. Pump it long. Good knee down there by the forward. Gives it up.
Elkins up to James, just couldn't hold on to it.
Couldn't get a hold of it there, could Katie James.
It's just too many bodies there for Pompey on the edge of the box. They've set their castle off, haven't they? But I'll tell you what, that's a good tackle. Oh, the ref doesn't agree with me. I thought she got
looked
the ball
like a good
there.
tackle from you. Let's have a look at the replay.
Oh, I think there's a toe there.
Yeah, I think we could have played on. I think we could have played on. Pompey had the ball anyways.
Yeah,
it's a great pump long by Younger.
That's Jones deals with the header. It's now out, and there's another girl limping out there.
Yeah, it's starting. I tell you, the heat will get turned up. The cup final settings are rising, and expectations are there, and tempers will begin to flare.
Yeah, it's Barron on the ball, passes it forward to Cooper, who plays it nicely. That's unlucky. That was close from Kingshot. They're coming back into it slowly but surely. They've kind of retained the pressure from Pompey. Obviously, you had that Jones shot from the edge of the box that was just wide of the post. But since then, they've contained it well, and they're starting to play again.
They have. I think it was important, obviously, not to go concede another goal quickly, and they've got 20 minutes left, still a good 20 minutes of this first half to get back into it. Most importantly, don't concede another one. If they can go in at half-time level, they'll be delighted with that being 1-0 down. But Portsmouth on this right-hand side here.
Quayle. It's up to lane. He tries to work the ball into the box, but it's actually well cut out by Fripps for a Pompey corner. And it's better from Pompey. It is better. I don't think they wouldn't say in half-time they've been the better team really here, but they're 1-0 up, and that's all that counts.
They're playing like a team that is experienced in the cup, though, aren't they? They're playing like a team who knows, been here, done it, got the t-shirt, and doing what they have to without really getting into it yet. Chance from the corner though. Younger is up this time.
Comes in. Keeper can't
back
get that.
post.
Oh, I think that's going to be another Portsmouth corner there. And that was close for Pompey. They look dangerous from set pieces. Obviously with Younger coming in, she looks like a presence in there, doesn't she?
She does, and that was a dangerous delivery there by the goal scorer, Tamsin de Bunsen, who goes right across the other side to take the next one.
A sweet left foot on her, Tamsin de Bunsen.
Let's see what she can do from the opposite side now as Pompey look to increase their lead.
Outswinger this time. And this one, I always feel like you're looking for the biggest man in an outswinger. You need to put the ball back into the box, don't you?
You do, yeah. And
it's hard to generate the power.
That's a good run, front post.
Jones.
Younger's looking for it.
Oh, it's well headed away, actually.
Cherries could break here. They've left someone up there on the halfway line looking for an out.
Into the channel.
She does find that.
Cooper, we've got runners over here.
Lucy Cooper there was trying to keep a hold of it and hit Portsmouth on the break, but she's won the throw. Lucy Cooper on the ball yet again, feeds it back. Closed down by two Pompey players.
And there's spaces again here for Bournemouth. King shot there with the ball. It's well cut out there by Tamsin de Bunsen, actually. She's got pressure on. She does not have that time in her own half.
Very good sliding challenge there by Becky Bath.
And that's what Bournemouth have done well early in the game.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're seeing in the opening 20 minutes or so. Real high intensity, real press. So they need to get the chins back up and get on with it.
There has definitely been an increase in intensity in the last few minutes here for Bournemouth. They look like they're up for it. An early setback, but they're well into the game.
Yeah, maybe things are just settling now. Maybe they're realising the 1-0 down. Right, let's make the most of it. There's still plenty of time left on the clock for Bournemouth to turn this around. Some good battles out there as well. Another good challenge getting thrown in there by Pompey. Bournemouth throw.
And most of the game actually seems to be down that Bournemouth right-hand side, the Pompey left-hand side. It looks like Jones is going forward quite a lot, which might be why we're seeing the spaces in behind when she does go forwards. It's inside then. Long ball up there,
long ball.
Good turn. Followed all the way there though by Evie Gain. Just didn't give her an inch there.
Yeah, highly rated is Evie Gain.
It's Jones with the throw. King shot into the box. There's time here. Is that handball? They're looking for it.
Bournemouth are all raised hands and screaming for it. Referee's not having it.
And Pompey under pressure there. They've gone long. They're chasing. That's Cassau always giving chase. King shot running the shot, playing the strings in the midfield there. King shot.
Good interception, middle of the park.
Jones again. There's space
they flipped it over, and there's space in behind the other Pompey on the break.
Oh, it's well recovered.
Well recovered there. The ball just kind of stood up there, didn't it, for Pompey? Couldn't get it out the feet.
It's Daniel Rowe, the captain, tried to play it forwards, but it's going to settle for the throw-in. And it's coming end to end now. They're really growing into the game here. And as we see that handball, was it handball? I mean, there was a touch in the hand. There was a touch on the hand. Edge of the box.
Long range shot again. Oh, it's punched away.
Parried, interesting from Cripps. That went for the one hand Tyson Fury bang there.
That was Emma Jones again, wasn't it, with a long range drill?
She does. She gets space on the edge of the box and she's not afraid to shoot at all.
Yeah, shoot on sight for Emma Jones with that very strong finish there. But yeah, it was an unorthodox save by Sam Chirities, but did the job, punched it away.
And at the end of the day, let's get a keep out. There's turnover here in the middle of the park by Pompey. That's well kept there. Evie Gain on the ball. Plays it out wide to
That's a lovely switch ball.
Lovely. And a good touch as well. But it's well in again. Pressing high.
Watch out, there's a runner.
Press.
Oh, keeper gets it.
Yeah, it's comfortable for Cripps in the goal there. And I would be interested just to see that again, because the ball must have moved in the air for them to, for her to have to parry it like that.
Yeah, just last minute and punch it away.
Maybe we're being a bit harsh. It might be a really good save, really. Space in the middle of the park here. Bath needs to do better there, really. She needs to do better, Bath, there.
You need to close her down, give her too much time, but it was a...
Or just let her go past. You're in a cup final. Push for it. That's well done from Younger. Kept that out well. It's a good tackle. Stay in.
Tackles are flying in now in this cup final. It's a great sliding one.
Lane is everywhere. That is a great tackle from Lane. As we just watched the strike here. Yeah, that takes a bit of movement. It's actually a good save from Cripps in the goal.
Yeah, good save there by Bournemouth's keeper.
It's time on the edge here.
Been a while since the Cherries managed to threaten Hannah Houghton, so they'll be looking to do so before half time.
And if I was Cooper there, I'd be fuming at my fullback. Whip that into the box. Give me a chance.
Yeah.
That's what I'd be saying. Casal doing well, dropping back in.
Keel playing it back
to
there.
Hannah Horton. Obviously isn't scared on the ball. It's nice.
She'd happily play anyway, I think, Hannah Horton, wouldn't she?
Yeah, she could.
She looks comfortable. Keep her midfield, striker, whatever you want. Very talented.
Oh, and that's very good from Rowe. Captain leading by example, getting her team out of trouble, really, because Bournemouth putting the press on. It's half the game nowadays, isn't it? Trying to beat the press, and they find space quite easily.
Yeah, you can see they're adapting to the modern style of the play there. Both sides.
Haven't really seen much of Elkins, I should say.
No, we haven't. And I said, you know, she really had big boots to fill there from Bradley. She was everywhere. She was getting stuck in and really dominating the middle of that park. And it was that probably enthusiasm and effort that ultimately saw her go off with an injury because of how much she was, you know, really giving it her all. So Elkins is going to have to try and get into the game a bit more if Bournemouth are going to get back into it themselves.
And when you're the one to set the press, it's always hard because you need a leader out there who's going to really, you know, get everyone going. And she looked like to be that one.
Yeah, Jones again, who's been
she's been good.
Threat throughout.
She has been good.
Oh, look at that footwork by Jones. Beats one, beats two. Looks for the cross.
It's Casal at the back post.
Oh, it's headed, but it's bounced away.
Aubrey's on the penalty spot. And she's done well there. Abby she has done really well, Emma Davis, sorry. That was dangerous, that from Portsmouth. That's really good play from Jones.
Jones again.
It's a lovely. I think that was a nutmeg as well.
Yeah, beat two there.
Lovely. As play out Pompey rings around the Silverlake Stadium here. Let's try to go to the box, and Aubrey's going to try and
Ivy gains, runs into the box, dinks it in.
Oh, it's a great box from Fritz. Edge of the box, it's long ranger again.
That should be comfortable
this time for Cripps. And they're getting some space on the edge of the box. That's where they're finding most of their danger. Other than the one goal that's gone in so far, where they were really carved open, Bournemouth. But edge of the box seems to be where the space is for Pompey.
Bournemouth, middle of the park. Try and build up play here. Good touch, good feet work. Someone give her an option out wide.
Cripps.
They do find Davis on the left. Cuts back in. Give him back to the middle of the park. That's a great ball over the top for a long through ball, but again, you cannot get past Jasmine Younger.
Space. Aubrey just trying to cause a problem up there.
Hits the deck there, nothing in that.
Nothing in that at all. Well, who will be the Ashfield manager coming into the dressing room, Matt?
I would still go with Pompey's manager there. I would. Can they keep that in there, Portsmouth? She will keep it in. She will look for a cross, which is tightly blocked there by Bournemouth.
Can you get rid of it though? Problems again.
Yeah, I would still say Jay Sadler there, the head coach of Pompey Women, would be obviously the happier manager. His team is in the lead, and they've grew in the game, I think, and they're in now.
Aubrey with a chance. Aubrey,
referee says no foul.
I'm not sure about that one, Matty.
Big budge there, it looked like, didn't it? I think Aubrey, maybe the way she
fell to the ground there, might have sprayed the referee, bit theatricals, but you definitely was contact.
Fripp's putting her body about. Well, you'd have to say well after that. It's a tempted switch.
Well, that's
of play.
a poor clearance.
Fritz again pulled out.
Lovely turn, but they're in. That's 2-on-1. Oh, it's given
them to Bournemouth, that one.
In the opposite way. Probably were in there, 2-on-1.
They were. Aubrey won't be happy there because she's down and she's
down. Yeah, she's holding her shin there, isn't she? Below the shin pad.
I think she'll feel quite hard.
Let's have a look at the replay now, Jordan.
Down there. Oh. I think that's a 50-50 one. That could have gone either way.
I think that's unlucky there for Pompey.
They were through.
In there as well.
And Fripps is down now as well. Maybe she's hurt herself in that challenge. And it has been bruising this whole time, hasn't it?
It has indeed, yeah. Less than 10 minutes and everyone's been putting themselves about getting stuck in. It's been a fiery encounter here in the cup final at the Eastleigh Stadium.
And you want to finish the half well if you're Bournemouth here.
There's a chance to as well to get this ball long here from this free kick.
Nick a goal, and then the half-time team talk changes.
Absolutely.
That's Cassell up to Aubrey.
Look at the space,
space out. It's a poor ball
behind.
from Aubrey. Jones was in there as well. She's been the danger woman. That's a lovely touch there.
Ginger's footwork is fantastic.
She's lovely. Oh, and there's a mistake there. There's Cassell, long shot again from Pompey. Just need to find that clinical pass into the box.
Maybe a bit more patience from Pompey going forward instead of the old shoot on sight mentality. Try and find a runner, try and have a give and go, look for a cross in, because that is how the first goal came.
Again, trying to find Quayle, and that's a mistake
not good.
there.
Davis lets that one go, doesn't connect with it. Good recovery though.
Yeah, Quayle doing
well.
But
then turned again.
Into the box. Can she cut it back? Oh, it's well done from Fripps. If she was injured, you couldn't see it there. She's done really well there.
Pompey players were lining up there behind them as well.
They can't get out here, Bournemouth. They
Jones is going to look to strike it.
Left
she
foot.
Does. That's probably a good save as well, because I think it was bouncing right before her.
It is. They always trouble the goalkeeper when they bounce just in front of them.
Yeah, and you think
she's watched it well.
No, Jones has got a strike on it. Called it before it happened. She's one who's not afraid to let loose, get the shot away.
Left foot, right foot. She can go either way.
Ball up the line there by Bournemouth out of play for a Pompey throw.
Yeah, you want to end the half well if you're either team here, I think.
But I think I asked the question earlier, Jordan, which manager's the happiest. I think Steve Cuss, there, Bournemouth's coach, will be happy. Will be saying, just try and be a bit more threatening as there could be yellow in the box. Oh, hit it on the half volley.
Really, isn't it?
Snapped at it there.
She could have. There was time there. She could have taken a touch.
A chance out of nowhere as well.
It was just one long ball forward, and that's how fast a game can change.
Yeah, and in the cup final, you've got to be trying to take those opportunities. At least test the keeper from there, Jordan. Look at this in the box. On the half volley, it sits up nice as well.
Yeah, that's one of them. You've seen your name up in lights.
Yeah,
at the
she
Silverlake.
She absolutely has. She'd seen the net ripple. She'd seen the headlines in the morning.
It's one of them. She would have been thinking about a chance like that. Last night while she was sleeping.
Sleepless night. Big chance that as well. Just over 5 minutes to go of the first half. Portsmouth 1, Bournemouth 0.
And Captain Rowe's done well down that left-hand side.
Nice touch that.
Oh, it's good for Lane here.
There's
players either side.
Lane.
She's going to play in. Oh, it's close to Cassell, but didn't quite get it through. It's well cut out. It's good footwork from Cassell. And Bournemouth will look to break it. It's another long ball, but Younger deals with it.
Can it get past Younger? You cannot get past Jasmine Younger.
She's been
solid.
Portsmouth's player of the half, really. Younger.
There's a run here in the middle though. Look if she can find that.
Evie Gain trying to pressure her. She needs some options here, James. And it's a good tackle from Gain, you have to say.
They are solid at the back, aren't they?
They are. Switched over. I think that's King's
option
shot.
here on the right if she can find a loads of space. For Rebecca Tonks.
Oh, it's another big tackle gone in. Lane's come away with it. And it's Jones trying to pressure on here.
Jones again.
Maisie Smith
wins the ball, bombing forward.
And
couple of bodies in the box. Back post.
Oh, too much in it.
Bit too much zip on the ball, but she's still in the box here. That's a lovely touch.
Great feet for Cassell. Can she cut it?
Space and time. Oh, there's a bit of a
Smith.
scramble there at the back as the clearance wasn't great.
Yeah, Maisie Smith puts it beyond for the corner there, and they're looking dangerous again here, Pompey.
Yeah, Rebecca Barron there with a bit of an uncomfortable clearance that bobbled away and out for a Pompey corner.
Yeah, you can really see there was a chance there. You can really see that they've watered the pitch here before. That was zipped.
Well, they did water the pitch. We got soaked a couple of times, didn't we? Yeah. on the sidelines there in the build-up.
As we see the replay of Casal, great feet there. You know what? There could have been a touch there if she went down.
I thought she was going to go down for a second.
You couldn't say no as the corner comes in. It's
Younger!
Oh,
it's over the bar. Brilliant at both ends.
She has
Jasmine
been.
Younger just puts that header over the
It
Bournemouth
wasn't
bar.
a free header. She's just towered above her there.
Yeah. You can see, Younger stands out for me. See how much she wants it.
She has been good. Maisie Smith. But the Bournemouth have been comfortable at the back. They are really taking the pressure, pumping and coming out and countering.
Yeah.
That's where they've got their joy. Their best chance. Nice feet from Maisie Smith there. Clears it forward to James, but loses it on her first touch. To Lane. That's Aubrey jumping up for the ball. Hands to Phipps, who tries to push it upfield to Becky Bath there. He's kept the ball, to be fair, and has done well out of that situation.
She has, yeah, just steady things there. Build up possession here, Bournemouth. Few minutes left of the half. Try and find an opening.
Yeah, and that's well in from Rowe.
And go again. Is that foul?
No. And
they're in.
Lane's looking good here.
Ball
Plays
in
into
there.
Aubrey. Has she got enough on that?
Need more bodies in the box,
One goal in the box.
Need more bodies in the box. Someone else.
It's easy for Davis, that really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice touch from Kingshot there.
It's a
No,
lovely
wait.
touch.
They're running with it. Oh, heavy touch there from Jones.
That's a lovely little flick. Oh,
Tries
just
to find
escapes.
Cooper.
That's a great staying
tackle.
challenge.
They're in Becky Bath. Tries to get past, but Tamsin the Bunsen, she's done well there. Tamsin de Bunsen filling in, doing her defensive duties.
Look at that going back there, the goal scorer, all the way back there, defending the lane for Pompey.
Just team seems to have slowed down a little bit in the last few minutes this game.
Yeah, it does. I think maybe instructions from the Pompey coach, Jay Sadler, just listen, ladies, we're a few minutes away from the half-time whistle. We're 1-0 up. Keep things tight, and we'll go in and regroup, because it has been a tiring half for both sides. They're both giving it 100%. Can't not say that neither side, any player hasn't turned up tonight.
Yeah. Younger tries to pump that forward, but it's won in the middle by Becky Bath. Plays it out to Maisie Smith, who looks long here.
Oh, this could be a good
for
ball.
Cooper. Oh, and there was two there. They just need to double up on someone. I think the two strikers. They won't be happy. They haven't had the best of service, but there's definitely time for them in behind. They're just winning the ball up. Win the ball high up here, Pompey. And that's what they've got to keep trying to do. But yeah, like I said, who will be the happier manager, and it's going to look like Cuss will be having a bit of a battering at the Bournemouth side.
Yeah,
they've not been bad, but maybe just lacked some of that intensity that we saw in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think so. I think they need to, they started the game really well, but I think they need to come out firing second half, try and get that goal as quick as possible.
Oh, that is Megnuts there.
Lovely Megnut.
Lovely.
But yeah, I think Bournemouth have just got a bit. Oh, that's an interception late in the final third.
Great feet.
Enough bodies in the box again, so she goes for the strike.
They're just not. They're not loading the box.
No,
Pompey. They need to really put the bodies in, and you can see in their shape it's defensive as we see 2 minutes of added time for this half go up by the fourth official, and it's long again. Finds James popped up. Really, it's hard to do. King shot in Elkins in the middle, trying to find time, but can't get it. It's Lane again for Pompey.
It's going to be a throw in though, in a dangerous area here in stoppage time for the Cherries.
And you're almost thinking load the box here, but do they have a long thrower? But they work it well there. James back to Jones.
Try and get it. Oh,
that's a waste.
Misplaced pass there, misspread by
Jones.
Fellow player, and it's out for a Pompey goal kick. And I'm sure Hannah Houghton will take her time with this one.
Yeah, she's since the early chances, she's not really been tested.
No, and I think Bournemouth have got to come out second half, try and get more bodies in the final third, string a few more passes together instead of just going long every time. Try and threaten that goal mouth for Pompey. It's a hard one though, isn't it, when it's only 1-0?
You're never out of the game.
They don't want to go. They don't want to go too deep, too open, and then concede, and then have a mountain to climb.
Game's over.
Well, it's 1-0, like you say, plenty of time left to get back into it.
They can keep the game at 1-0. They're always in it.
Yeah.
Nick a late equaliser.
Take it to penalties.
I wouldn't say
Drama.
either team. You couldn't really tell who's in the higher division here. I don't think.
No.
I think maybe Bournemouth just run out of steam a little bit towards the end of the half.
I think Portsmouth's individual quality has shone through in the likes of Younger and Jones.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you know what I mean? They've had a bit more about them in certain areas of the pitch, but you can't knock Bournemouth's efforts.
No, I've been impressed with Lane, Pompey's number 10 as well. She's been running the show.
Yeah.
In the middle, just maybe lacking that clear-cut pass into the box.
I think, you know, they're really missing Jade Bradley since she went off Bournemouth.
Yeah.
I think they're really missing that player in the middle of the park who was
could just run the string.
Yeah.
Maybe knows that she's got a bit of time on the ball.
Yeah. She was
really work with that
composed. She
space.
was challenging. She was really shining in the middle of the park, and fortunately there for them, Ellie Elkins hasn't really been able to live up to that expectation. But second half, we'll see if she can come out, and the rest of the Cherries can come out, get back into the game as Pompey have a throw in here.
And this half just looks like it's going to peter out here.
Yeah.
For Pompey, but I'll tell you
Robert
what,
Jones
there's in the
is
box again.
Side netting, and then that will be it.
And that will be it for the first half in the Women's Hampshire FA Cup final. It's ended the half with Pompey really being, you know, the dominant team. You would expect that with the league above, but Bournemouth have had chances as well. An early shot hitting the crossbar, which was deflected. Horton had no chance, but it is Pompey that lead going into the break.
Do you know what the running order is? Whilst we're back, we'll get Stanley in. Okay.
So this is your main camera.
Not yet.
Welcome back here at the Silverlake Stadium. What a half we just had. It's Portsmouth 1, Bournemouth 0. And what would you say of the game so far then, Ella?
It has been one hell of a game so far. Obviously, Portsmouth have had the lucky advantage tonight. Bournemouth are going to try and pull one back. They seem to be on the upper hand, but Portsmouth have got the clinical finishers with them.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. So it's been the same scoreline as the 1-0 we had yesterday between Farnborough and Eastleigh in the men's final. But right now we have got with us who we brought in earlier. Of course, we have got Stanley Ifukuchi. Welcome back, Stanley. What do you think of the game so far then?
Well, there's been not much difference from what I said in the first half before the game. It's a shame really because Bournemouth started really well, but when the goal went in from Portsmouth, the whole thing changed, and we could see that Portsmouth have been the better team in all ramifications, from physicality to organisation. You know, they've just been absolutely better than Bournemouth tonight.
Obviously, they had a chance in the first 15 minutes, that Becky Berth. How unlucky was that for her? Like, what must they be thinking from that? Unfortunate.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's quite a shame because had that gone in, this would have been a totally different complexion. You know, we will have seen Portsmouth come into the game stronger, but it didn't quite happen. You know, and from the lead from Portsmouth, like I said, everything changed completely. They had the call from there for the handball, but I don't think it was a penalty because when you consider penalties, you consider proximity to the ball, the hand. Was it that close? Could she have gotten her hand away? No. Was her hand in an unnatural position? No. And that one from Portsmouth was not a penalty because she went down sheepishly. You know, there was contact. Football is a contact sport, but it was not enough for her to go down that way.
How do you think Bournemouth have got to react to this in the second half to get one back?
They should react to it the same way I predicted in the first half. Be compact. You can't beat these guys at their game. I don't know why they even came out to play Portsmouth the way they did in the first half. You know, and they should try to close up their wings because Portsmouth is stretching the defense down the flanks, both flanks, the right flank mostly. You know, try to get a hold of the winger there to stop her from coming in from the wing.
I completely agree that I didn't think it was a penalty for Portsmouth just then, but I do think they have been the brighter side so far, hence the 1-0 scoreline. But I don't think it's been easy for them, because I do think Bournemouth have given Pompey a hard time. But who would you say, obviously the goal scorer was De Bunsen, but who would you say has been Pompey's best player so far tonight then?
Yeah, it has to be the goal scorer, because she's gotten into really good positions. She's not just stood inside the box, she's been this kind of mobile 9, the modern kind of 9, not the Trezeguet of the olden days, you know. So she's been really good helping the midfield out when she can. She's been helping in tackles, recover the ball. So she's the best, she's been the best.
Thank you, Stanley, for that. We're going to go now to the before the game and get the fans' opinions on what they thought tonight.
But we gave away 2 pretty poor goals, so hopefully we can give them a good game tonight, and game I should think would be well in the balance.
And what would it mean for you, just being family members, for seeing her hoist the trophy again this year?
Oh, it'd be brilliant, brilliant. Yeah, it'd be lovely.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, it'd be amazing, to be fair. But, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm only going Bournemouth because we're from Southampton and we don't really go Portsmouth.
Because my wife works with her.
Go on, Hannah!
So we're all supporting Portsmouth.
Awesome. And how excited do you think she'll be?
I should be excited because there's a lot. She works at a school, and most of the school will be down there. A lot of the school will be coming down to watch her. Kids as well.
Anyone beat Pompey is good for everyone. No, as long as it's a good game. Last night was 2-2 good game, and I'd like to see another good game tonight.
It's Hampshire FA Girls Women's Football Development Officer. Hello, Flo.
Hi.
How did you think of that first half?
Yeah, I think it was pretty even. I think it was a little bit nervy to start with. I don't think either team's really taken control of the game yet, so excited to see what the second half holds. I think there's probably a few more goals in it.
Oh yeah, Flo. Who do you think's been the best player so far for both sides so far?
Oh, tough one. I don't know if any one player's really stood out yet so far. I think it's definitely for the taking in the second half, somebody to come in and really dominate and take control of it. So yeah, I think more to come.
Obviously, this is such a big game for like women's football itself. How do you think like the fans coming here for women's football? How do you think this is going to promote it for it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously this is one of the biggest events that we have in the year. We're really lucky that we've got 2 or 3 really big teams in our county. So for us, this is definitely a big showpiece. Always get pretty good attendance, and we really like to make the most of it as our big final of the year. So always really, really good attendance, and really pleased to just kind of show the growth that we've had in the county, in particular with these teams.
Absolutely. And in terms of like we've got the England are hosting the Euros this year. How will this affect that on like fans like looking forward to it?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, it's huge for us to have such a big event in this country, but obviously more so for us as a county. I think for the fans that are going to be here, it's obviously getting them to go to those Euro games. Also, the people that may be going to the Women's Euros games actually think about seeing the domestic game as well. So looking to boost attendance for these 2 teams here and some of the others across the county as well. So again, just really making use of the big events.
Yeah, it's absolutely wonderful, isn't it? Yeah, no, I wanted to ask, so earlier in that match, Pompey were appealing for a penalty. Would you say that was a penalty or not a penalty at all?
Oh, I'm going full on impartial, sitting on the fence, didn't see it. No idea.
Yeah, no, fair enough. But yeah, no, obviously, no, Pompey, I think, have controlled the game more, but I do think Bournemouth have had their chances, and they have given Portsmouth a hard time during this match. At the moment we have so far, and that was first 45 minutes.
Yeah, definitely, and I think Bournemouth have probably got a little bit more to offer. I think they probably need a little bit more patience in possession. I think they can control it a little bit more probably in the second half, so I said it'd be really interesting to see how they both come out.
Well, thank you for that, Flo. It's
Very
lovely
welcome.
speaking to you.
Thanks.
So we're going to have Holden Daly on now to give us his opinions on what the game has gone like so far as well.
Reporting about the managers, you know, Steve, he really wanted his team for the Cherries to just play hard. Even though that Pompey does have 1 goal in this game, you can tell they're really fighting hard. What I'd say, Ella and Jack as well, it's just Pompey, I think it's just a team that's a little bit more physical and a little bit more faster, and that's what we're seeing today.
What do you think is going on in the changing rooms right now? I wonder what their managers are saying to both their teams.
Yeah, you know, I think the Pompey manager is saying just keep the rhythm. We got them. We have the physicality. Just keep that up. But I would say with, the Cherries, they got to step it up a bit. They understand that they're not the physical team out here, they're not fast here, but they're going to have to play with heart. Because what happened when the first 13 minutes is they played with a lot of strategy and technique, and I think that worked. If they can bring that back, I think they have a chance to win this thing.
And obviously we can hear all the fans singing behind them, so we feel like Portsmouth may have got the upper hand on their fans that are here tonight. How do you think that might affect Bournemouth?
Yeah, I think Bournemouth is going to feel it a little bit, but I think if they can just overcome that again with their mindset and their adversity, I think they can, definitely come through. But we are hearing that a lot with the chants, and it's not going to stop at the end of the game, so they got to keep coming.
So what do you think Bournemouth have got to do to bring it back?
Yeah, I just think for Bournemouth, they're just really going to have to play tougher, as well as maybe they got to put some different substitutions in. I think if they have some bigger players, in the subs, I think that might be able to help to make them a little bit more physical.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Who would you say has been the best player on the pitch then so far tonight, Holden?
Yeah, I definitely think it's got to be DeMunton, just because she's just really
DeMunton as well.
tactical. They scored so quickly after they got possession of the ball, just to march down the field and get that goal. So I think it all runs through her tonight to keep the momentum going.
Is there any Bournemouth players that you think have stood out for you so far tonight during this match?
Again, I would have to say the team, because they really are playing collectively as a team. I know they're down by 1 goal, but they're really playing as a team, and I think if they just continue that, they're going to have success later on in this game.
So I wonder what you think Jay Sadler and Steve Cuss will be saying in that dressing room right now at half time, and what do you think they're going to be saying to their players right now, and what their tactics are going to be for the second half?
Yeah, I think Steve's just going to say, don't let your guard down. I know we're down by 1 right now, but don't let that get to you. And I think it's just about playing with that formations they did earlier in the game. And I think if they do that, they're going to have a good second half. And it's still going to be a tough challenge. Again, Pompey is a table above. But on the other side, what I think Jay's probably saying is just keep up the momentum. We have the home field advantage in a way. I know this is a neutral site, but as you said before, there's a lot of fans here for Pompey.
Yeah, despite the fact that it's a neutral site, Pompey have got this upper hand with having the titles. They've got to defend that title, so obviously they're going to come out 1-0 up. How do you think that's going to affect them?
Definitely. Pompey, I think, has a lot to lose tonight, just because, they're the team that they won last year. They're the higher up team. They want to try to make it to that next table. So I think they know they have to play hard. They want to keep up being the big dogs in Hampshire.
Absolutely wonderful. Yeah, no, indeed. I think for the second half that it's going to be a very interesting one indeed. So we're going to be playing a VT clip right now. We're going to play it right now.
You may not have grown from my DNA, but she is 101% my daughter, and I am just so proud of her. To me, it's just family. She's my family, she's my daughter.
Finding forever family.
So of course that was the advert from Adopt South there, who of course are our sponsors for tonight's match. Of course we got a second half tonight coming up for the Hampshire FA Cup final here for the women's between Portsmouth and Bournemouth, and we're now going to head back to our commentary team here tonight for the match tonight, back with Jordan Gregson and Matthew Renton.
Yeah, thanks for that, Jack. Well, we saw the half kind of peter up out there, didn't we, Matt? Obviously, Bournemouth can score goals. They won 3-0 against Portishead at the weekend. So we know they can score. But what do you think they need to really take the game to the next level?
I think they need to get more bodies further forward, Jordan. I think they need to really press that final third more when they have trying to attack Pompey. It's always a bit of a long ball down the lane, not many bodies going forward. But we've seen they are dangerous. We've seen early on in that first half, they hit the ball, they put one over. They need to try and get one on target now. I think they really need to try and test Hannah Houghton a bit more. You know what I mean? Put it to our test, because let's be honest, just watching the goal back there at half time from Tamsin to Bunsen,
it's good build-up play, but it just goes under the Cherries keeper there. Probably should have done better. So it shows that when you do get the ball on target, and you threaten the goal mouth, you can score. So that, you know, like they can break the deadlock quite easily. So they'll be looking to do that.
Yeah. And do you think Bournemouth will feel a bit hard done by that they didn't have maybe a penalty in the first half? I mean, it looked in our replays, it did look like it struck the hand of the Pompey defender.
Yeah,
so.
it did look like it struck the hand. They had the other one as well, didn't they? When the turning, maybe the theatrics, the way she went down, put the referee off. But I've got a feeling we're in for a treat of a second half here, Jordan, and perhaps some cup drama.
I'm looking forward to it, to be honest. It doesn't feel like a 1-0, sorry, does it?
No.
It's been really end-to-end, to be fair, and you've got to credit both teams for really going for it and putting on a show for the crowd.
Yeah, you've just got to hope that Bournemouth can, because Pompey do look dangerous going forward. They are breaking that lane quite easy. We've seen the presence of Emma Jones up top causing problems, and Bournemouth, like I said, threaten them a bit more, test the keeper a bit more, and I'm sure they'll be able to find a way back into this one.
For sure. And Pompey, we're just waiting for Pompey to come out here. What are we thinking, Matty? Mind games?
Yeah, maybe mind games. Look like Portsmouth will be thinking, listen, you'll wait for us, we're champions. You can sit there and wait. Bournemouth there in a team huddle, trying to regroup on the pitch, you know, in a good circle there, getting the fighting spirit together. They're 45 minutes away from defeat here, from losing this cup final. I'm sure that we're getting drilled into them now. Yeah, listen, ladies, big chance here, big opportunity to make history. Go out there, give it your, get back into it, as Pompey do finally come out here.
And Maisie Smith, the Bournemouth captain, really does have a big job on her hands, trying to really motivate these players on the pitch and say, you know, we're not out of this at all. This is where you want to be. You're at half-time in a cup final, every chance of winning the game still. Got to push for it.
Absolutely.
Do what you can.
Absolutely. You've seen the way Bournemouth have got into this final, you know, reinstated after a defeat early doors. So they've got a huge opportunity on their hands here for a young, promising side coming up against an experienced, trophy-ridden side in Pompey. They can really make something out of this and seize the opportunity, seize the chance. Pompey in a team huddle now as well.
As Jordan McRitchie brings the ball back to the centre circle.
Could be a challenging second half for him if more penalty shouts come in, Jordan.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what you want to see. As a neutral fan, the game has been very good, and it's a testament to both teams, really. They put on a show, especially for women's football across, you know, all of the South Coast and obviously across the world and across England. But this really shows what you can do. I mean, Bournemouth have only been around for 6 years, and look, they're in a cup final. They're playing, you know, extremely well. They brought the game to Pompey, who are, you know, one of the oldest.
Yeah, I mean, Pompey have, like you said, Bournemouth quite new to this game, quite new to the divisions of the women's side of things, and they've only been going for several years, whereas Pompey have been going since the 80s, and you can even track a side back to the World War there for Portsmouth ladies being involved in competitions. So, but second half underway. But I'd just quickly like to touch on what you said there, John. This first half has been a testament to women's football, and we've had some great news tonight around the women's game, and that is that the new camp tonight has broke the women's football attendance record, as 91,553 fans watch Barcelona beat Real Madrid in the El Clasico in the Women's Champions League semi-final.
It's impressive, isn't it? 90,000 people to watch any sport is a seriously good number. And it just goes to show how far the women's game has come.
Yeah, brilliant to see. Brilliant to see that many fans. I mean, nearly 100,000 fans in attendance to watch any sport, like you say, during the week.
Yeah.
A Wednesday night, and they're all cramming into the new camp to watch the women's play. So big respect to everyone that turned out for that game, and great to see the women's game continue to evolve.
Yeah, that's what you like to see. We've seen a scrappy start to the first half, really. Neither team can hold any possession, really looking for long balls up there to Jones, who looks like she's drifted into the middle of the park in the second half. What do you make of that, Matty?
Yeah, she's going to really try and probably hold a bit of play there, maybe bring the runners into it.
And Cooper's testing here for Rowe, who's comfortable and gives it back to Horton, who's got time. They're not pressing.
Yeah, whereas, like I said, I praised Bournemouth for the press in that first 20 minutes. Not quite doing that now. We've seen two Bournemouth players chasing down the keeper early doors.
Oh, that's a great touch. Very that
nice
from Kassam. Moved it on well. That was lovely. Riyad Mahrez-esque, really.
Captain Rowe there on the ball.
Maisie Smith intercepts and clears that going out. can't really see from our spot here. And there's a chance here. Casal to the Bunsen. The Bunsen into Casal down the line.
Defender should have that. Sees it out, well played.
Sees it out. That is good stuff from Abby Jones there.
Yeah,
really good. And she was a bright spark for Bournemouth in the first half, forwards and in the back line. So I thought she defended well, recovered well, especially with the space and behind. You've got to really work hard in that full-back position.
Interesting from Bournemouth, as they played it short from a goal kick. Instead of just looking at long straight away, that's a late challenge.
That's Elkins.
That's off.
Went through. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw our first card of the game here. But nope, just a talking to.
Just
for Elkins.
Yeah, just put it down for a free kick, isn't it? Not just a throw.
Well, it
Not got none of the ball, so it's got to be. You'd think it was a free kick. Yeah, it is. As Younger steps up.
Younger looks to seek out Jones. The presence in the box. Short run up. Bang. I only can find King shot. As it's breaks here. And Elkins tries to find Cooper.
That's a decent
who is
ball.
testing, and Horton's not sure.
Oh,
that's what you do when you put the ball into the danger zone.
I'm surprised there by Horton as well. We've said how experienced she is. She was the hero last year in the cup final against Saints, but she looked a bit unorthodox there. She looked a bit uncharacteristic, shall we say, that clearance from Horton.
It was, but luckily for Pompey, it has gone out for just a throw-in that Abby Jones will step up and take. But they've got to be looking in the box here, surely, to put it in. They've got to test Pompey.
Played it short and it's clear by Pompey, and here is
Maisie Smith has done well there to cut it out from Jones.
Impressive Jones again, chasing every ball down.
So how do Bournemouth get back into this game, Matty?
I think they've really got to try and get more bodies in the final third. We looked there where they were nearly in. It was a good through ball.
That's a lovely ball by Casal. Maybe it just has a bit too much on it, but it's the right idea.
Yeah, it was a good through ball before, and Horton had to make the clearance. But it's areas like that they've won the throw-in in the final third. Give it one or two, and then get the ball in the box and get people in the box. But they couldn't do it. They wasted that opportunity. It's a bit wasteful in the final third. They really need to test the keeper more.
And what you're seeing here is Pompey really capitalising on Bournemouth's mistakes. And you can't really say the same the other way around.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, that was not, it wasn't comfortable for Horton, and they've just taken a short throw and lost the ball.
Look at the space on the left-hand side here for Pompey's captain. Rowe.
It's a nice ball outside of the foot, but Abby Jones again clears it out for another Pompey throw-in. So do you think Steve Cuss would have really energised Bournemouth here? Because it's not, it's not looking like how they came out in the first half. No. I was expecting a little bit more from Bournemouth, maybe just seeing it through. The longer it stays 1-0, the longer they're in the game for, and always nick a goal on the break. Plays it in there. It's knocked around the corner for Casal, but Phipps deals with it. And it's a nice play out to Jones. He's got a bit of time here. Just find the pass. Couldn't do that. It's well cut out by Jones again for a Bournemouth throw. It's been quite stop-start the start of the second half.
Yeah, it has. Bit scrappy, hasn't it?
No side really getting much space on the ball, not creating anything.
It's a bit of a tricky one, really, isn't it? Because of the scoreline, Pompey are thinking, 1-0 up, bit dangerous. Do we go for the second? Do we sit back? Bournemouth the same. Do we try and go for the equaliser, or do we just keep it at 1-0 to the later stages and then really go for it?
Nice,
but he has a chance to make a run in behind. Oh, misjudged the
yeah.
pass.
Just the wrong option, that.
Yeah.
Went for the run inside and played it outside. It's well blocked from James. Can they pick up the second ball? Nope. It's Pompey who comes away with it. But here we go. Here's Bath.
Yeah, shot on target. Test the keeper. In the box.
Oh, it's well dealt with from Quayle.
Give it. Whip it
Can
in.
they go into the box here?
That's a lovely touch.
A lovely feat.
Get it in
That's from Barron. Played it out to Kingshot. Moved the ball well there. Emma Davis into the box.
It's James Spears takes it down. Oh, she's offside. Oh, and she put it away, but the flag was already up. But that was finally some good play there by the Cherries. Brilliant, patient build-up play with a fantastic delivery into the box. And it was Katie James there with a nice turn and effort, which ultimately went way, but she was offside.
Found time in the box though. Better touch there. Maybe even get the shot away first time. What do you think about that, Matty? As Rowe comes up forwards, plays it into Jones. Well worked out wide to Casal. Inside on
That's
the
a
right
good
foot.
touch.
Shot blocked.
Corner.
By Maisie Smith, the Bournemouth captain there, out for a Portsmouth corner. But that was better from Bournemouth, I think.
Much better. You see how they didn't, it wasn't rash. They didn't just go, oh, let's try and pump this long. There was a couple of passes in and around the area, laid it off. Fantastic delivery. Good touch, but she was just onside. But even again, didn't test the keeper though.
But the Bunson's put in a few good corners already this game. What can she deliver here? It's in the
Put the
box.
back
It's
foot.
free header.
Younger.
Oh,
Oh, it bounces.
it falls to
Oh,
Lane.
it's in.
Can Bournemouth get rid of it?
Bit of a scramble in the goal mouth there.
Was that? And it's finally cleared by Bournemouth. That was a chance there, Matty.
It was indeed.
It
Just
almost
seemed to
feels-
escape, didn't it?
Yeah, Younger looked like she was the dominant presence there. Almost just leave it. Well, I couldn't see who the touch was. Casal wins it there from Maisie Smith. It's a ball across.
Ball in the box.
Balls.
Time.
Oh, it's Jones.
I would have put my mortgage on her burying that from there, Jordan, the way she's played in this final so
Looks
far.
like she's found a range from outside the box, still looking from inside the box. That fell to her very nicely. You expect better there from Jones, don't you?
You do, and she's made long range efforts look easy in the first half. Second half there, she made a short range effort look difficult. Couldn't get it out of her feet, swiveled, and put it over.
Nah, it's on her left foot. You know, always a chance. It's Bath. I wanted to see a bit more from Bath. She was a scorer at the weekend, Matty, and she hasn't really been involved in the game, has she?
No, she hasn't. She can't quite get a grip with it. Lovely footwork there in the middle of the park from Danielle Lane. Gives it out wide. Jones is going to receive
Jones on
it.
the edge.
God, touch away from her.
Ruled out. And there's out Emma Davis powering past the Bunsen there. And she's got a stride on here. It's a ball up the channel. Rowe cuts out nicely. It's easy, that. Need a bit more on the pass. But it's well played from Rowe nonetheless. It's cut out here in the middle.
A chance here.
Elkins. It's well
Lovely
played.
back heel.
There's Cooper.
Oh.
Younger clears well. And she has been everywhere, Younger.
Yeah.
Every time they've looked like Bournemouth are going to go through, Younger's there to stop it.
Yeah, nothing's getting past Younger tonight. She's been a towering presence at the back for Pompey.
As Jones comes up to take the throw in. Like I said, a lot of the good work from Bournemouth has come down this right hand side. Do you think they've seen a sort of weakness in the side down the Pompey left?
I think perhaps Steve Cuss and the girls have been working on that in training throughout the week, heading into this final, analysing weak points where they can break down Pompey. And that has worked once or twice.
That's James, who looks lively, just can't get the ball moving this half, can she?
No.
It's flat from Bournemouth. I think they need something, maybe something from Steve Cuss, the manager, just to get them moving a bit, get them excited.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll look towards the bench here, Steve Cuss, as time ticks on this second half. Obviously forcing that change early doors with Elkins coming on for Bradley. Still got options on the bench though, with the likes of Helen Corbin and Hannah Francis.
Jones working on, puts a ball into the box, it's causing problems.
Oh, the keeper. Oh, keeper's brave there, and then there goes flying in. Did you take one to the face there?
Cripps has done extremely well there. Brave goalkeeping that.
Very brave.
Had to be out quickly, otherwise that looked like it was a certain goal for Pompey.
That's how quick Portsmouth can hit you.
But it's Albury that's down. She obviously felt the full force of that tackle there.
Yeah, but just back up. Raring to go.
Bit of a limp on her there. But she's okay. She's been good. They wouldn't want to see her go off so soon.
No, they wouldn't. And maybe that would balance things out, though, because we're seeing one of Bournemouth's best players forced off.
Yeah.
That's really disrupted them.
That's well cut out by Maisie
Oh, there's
Smith.
loads of space
here, one-on-one. Round
Takes
the
it round the keeper.
Oh, it's actually a good save from Cripps. Good touch, but can she get the ball back into the box? In there. Oh, it's well judged by Cripps just to let that go out for a Bournemouth goal kick. It's not good that from Bournemouth. You always feel like they're playing their own downfall here. Can't get out.
Bournemouth throughout the game have looked very comfortable in possession, good on the ball, but on the break there, they've just so much space at the back for Pompey. Good idea to take around the keeper, and you've got to praise Sam Cripps there for getting a strong hand to it and then let it go from the second attempt.
Jones tries to go down that famous channel that she's been motoring down all day. It's comfortable for Pompey here. Testing ball for Rowe there, but does well to find a Bunsen into Casal, who's got lovely feet there. That's
What
a
a tackle
great
that is.
tackle. Feel that. I bet she's going to feel that. And it's a Bournemouth throw-in, I think.
What a attack that was by a quick shot.
Like I said, something just to get the crowd behind you a little bit. And look, it's got them lively again.
That tenacity is what's been missing, though, good Jordan, since Bradley went off. She was the one that was doing all those type of tackles and winning the ball back for the Cherries. So it's good to see Kingshot really getting stuck in there.
And we need more of that from Kingshot. She needs to get around the pitch. The way that Bournemouth are playing it, they need engines in the middle of the park.
Yeah, if she wins that ball there, but the ball stays in play, Bournemouth can try and hit Pompey's back lane. Obviously went out for a throw-in, but
it's Becky Bath over the free kick. So you imagine this one's going into the box, Matty.
Absolutely, Bournemouth need to flood the box, yeah.
You know, Maisie Smith doesn't look like the biggest centre half in the world.
But she can the run.
Yeah, she causes problems in the box, and that's all you want.
There's a bit about the delivery,
going
yeah.
On here. Well,
the first doesn't get past the first one there.
You got to beat the first player there. Freya Jones, it was easy.
What a nice touch for the run. Just a slight interception.
Oh, he plays it back there for Quayle. Quayle again trying to find Jones. It's nice from Jones. Just a bit sloppy that.
It's areas like that though where I think Bournemouth, perhaps instead of thinking of putting the ball in there with the lack of aerial presence compared to the likes of Younger at the back for Portsmouth, maybe just try and build it up a little bit. Maybe take a short one, look for a runner, find a better angle for the cross. Play breaks down a little bit, yeah. Just over half an hour left for Bournemouth to try and find a way back into this cup final.
60 minutes gone. And we're looking as if Portsmouth are going to have that 13th consecutive final win. It's edge of the box
second.
Here. Comfortable again for Cripps.
Shot there. Another shot on target for Portsmouth, but one that's very comfortable into the hands.
Building the stats up. Matt Cassatt, she's been dangerous this second half. She's looked like the one that's going to really break the Bournemouth defence here.
Ooh, that's dangerous. Back pass.
James is onto it. Get the bodies forwards.
Good recovery.
It's recovered well. That really well done by Fred Jones there.
That fault for a sloppy back pass, but makes amends. He has King's shot again.
Couldn't quite keep hold of the ball there. And Fred Jones, she is tenacious, Fred Jones, and that's what Bournemouth need maybe. A player like Fred Jones that's just going to get on the ball as much as they can. Look for the ball. Be positive. Oh, it's dangerous for Maisie Smith. The captain there, the Bunson's in.
Run into trouble.
He's taking a time about it. Had a shot and it's
silly.
Wasted, really.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
he's got that famous left foot that put one in the bins last game. And, you know, Maisie Smith taking a chance there. Tried to Megs the Bunsen there. He just seen the keeper off her line. Tried to beat her with the chip, but couldn't quite. Managed to get on target. Beat at the near post.
Maybe seen some tired legs and tired heads here already in this cup final, John, because two mistakes there at both ends. Pompey with a dangerous back pass, and then Bournemouth with one as well. But neither side could capitalise on it.
No movement on the bench from either team yet. Let's pass forwards. James on the ball now. Tries to move it past Quayle there, but not quite.
Take your time.
But has got the throwing out of it, so Davis will be looking to put that in the box. Over to James. Can she find the box?
That's a lovely that's a free kick all day long. Drag down there.
Now this is a dangerous position for a free kick. Can they get Fripps up there, Smith up there? Can they just find the first header, get it on target? That's lovely.
Brilliant bit of footwork there, and Samantha Keel had no option, she deemed, but to bring down her opponent. But it's a excellent chance here.
Bath over the free kick once again.
And this is where Bournemouth really need to capitalise on these set pieces. If they don't score and get back into this game, they will look back on moments like this and wish they'd made more of it.
Kingshot just lurking on the edge of the box there with Ailkins just on the penalty spot. There could be an option there for the second balls. It's chipped in.
Drilled it. Spilled.
Spilled.
Oh, that's a high foot.
Oh, referee's got to deal with this. I think that's a head injury.
Yeah, that didn't look pretty.
Horton.
Medical
team is straight on.
Did you take the boot of the face there, Horton? They did put the ball into a very dangerous area, Bournemouth, and she did spill it. There was a drop. You can't necessarily blame Bournemouth for going for it. Let's have a look back here at the replay, John.
It was Becky Bath in the box. It's spilled by Horton initially, but yeah, she's taken that Becky Bath foot all to her jaw there.
Maybe try and go for the header there. I think it is high. It's a big bounce.
Thankfully, she is
She's
looking
all right.
like she's okay.
She's all right. No blood. She'll be good to go again. Yeah.
But you can't blame Bath for going for it. I don't think it was that high. I mean, it was definitely there to be hit.
Yeah. I think it just shows the bravery of Hannah Horton as well. They're going for that.
Both keepers today, they've been brave to come for balls like that, really.
It's good threatening delivery though from Bournemouth. I thought they might have laid it off. I had a trick up the sleeve there with a couple of players stepping back. It might have been a short drilled one, but they put it right into the mix.
It was a warm round of applause when the crowd saw that Hannah Horton was okay and back up on her feet as she goes to take this goal kick.
She's got the Pompey fans behind her there, hasn't she? In that goal.
No doubt she'll be getting no jip. Just a nice, come on, girl.
Chance here for Bournemouth. Good turn.
Cooper.
Ooh, again, it's another
tackle. And Elkins is out there to meet. Davis gets in the way. And James keeps the ball here. Is there a chance? No. Lane's done well to get the second balls in there. And we could have said that a lot for Danielle Lane today.
Yeah, she's been brilliant. Bournemouth are starting to put the pressure on a bit now. They were starting to see a bit more intensity again. Getting in the faces of the Pompey players a bit more. Show a bit more aggression.
Ramping it off here, aren't they? I just wonder, what would you be saying, Jay Sadler, now? Because Pompey have had the chances to kill the game off, but they haven't taken them. And it gives Bournemouth a lifeline the longer it stays at 1-0. So,
well, you will be getting nervous with only being 1 up. When, like you said, they've had great opportunities in behind at times throughout even the second half to increase that lead. It's always a dangerous run for Jay Sadler and Pompey women, but as it stands, they are only 25 minutes or so away from lifting this trophy yet again. So they'll be wanting to lean on that experience of previous years to try and carry them over the line.
Throw in finds Casal, who's switched wings for now. Ball in the
Good
box
whip
here,
on that.
trying to look for Albury. Again, comfortable for Cripps in the net. Not really got anyone anywhere close to her to threaten the header there. As Cooper tries to battle for the ball as James comes away with it, but loses it once again. Rose here finds the Bunsen in some space. He tries to play Albury in, but Maisie Smith looks as if she's got that covered. And it's out for a Portsmouth throw-in. Both managers looking pretty calm at this stage, you have to say. Still 25 minutes left in the game. Either team can still go on and win it, but that's nice from Jones again. Finds there's space in the box here. Could they make the most of it, Pompey? No is the answer to that. I think it was Albury in the box there with a bit of space.
End this now.
Yeah.
Great stand challenge by Captain Rowe.
It's the Bunsen with the long ball, seeking out Casal.
Good
well
chest
cut
there
out by Davis.
Chest and clearance there, composed.
Yeah, it was well played by Davis there. Tried to look for Cooper, he does challenge. And Younger with
boots it away again.
Big Robert Hoof ball up to the striker Jones, who finds it.
Oh, it's a neat pass on the outside of the foot.
Smith's done well there to read that.
Yeah, not for a throw.
You're not seeing the same gaps as we were seeing in the first half that Bournemouth were giving away here. Do you reckon are the fullbacks getting tied up, ramping up the pitch as much? Might be why we're not seeing as high pressure.
Yeah, I think we've seen many times down the right hand side in that first half where there was so much space for Pompey. Not so much this game, but putting Jones in the middle, trying to hold things up a little bit more, as she's done there. Heavy touch.
Trying to find some space in the box there, but it's well cut out by Fripps. Fine for another Pompey throw-in.
As this goes, though, I would be surprised if it did stay 1-0. Feel like either side could nick a goal at any point. Pompey here. Oh.
Jones, well cleared by Jones. Trying to find Keeper. Oh, don't let it bounce there. Oh, James, sorry. Don't let that bounce. Quell finds the Bunsen.
Look at this pressing again.
Yeah, they're at it again.
Oh, that one's over the top.
Jones. Gonna get in here with Albury. Squares Jones up. Tries to cut in on her right foot, but it's actually well
Fantastic.
dealt with by Jones there.
Brilliant defending.
Serious play.
Brilliant defending. Look at that energy. Keep bombing up the lane there, Jones. Looks for help.
It's poor. It's
read
poor from the Bournemouth side there, because they're not really committing the numbers forward like we were seeing in the first half.
And look at all that hall work that Jones did there. Ran all the way up the lane, broke into the opposition half, and she didn't have an option. She didn't have anybody to feed it to. Throwing on the halfway line for Danielle Rowe, the captain of Portsmouth. Casal, who's had some neat touches throughout this game, but that is a straight pass. That is a straight pass.
Now they're on here. It was 3-on-3, but Bath, she's delayed the pass there.
too
Still
long,
finding
but still
Cooper
gonna be
in
there.
behind Younger. She tries to square Younger off here, Cooper. Looking for the pass. He's Elkins, edge of the box.
Touch.
Can't quite
away
get
from the
through.
defender. Chance to
Strong
get a
work
shot
from
away.
James.
Not enough on it, look at that.
Oh. Needs a bit more there, I think, from James.
Just throughout the game there, Bournemouth again, perhaps lacking that quality in attack. The desire's there, the build-up play is good. Maybe they're just lacking that cutting edge up top.
Yeah, final third passes have not been that clinical, have they? Really is. Jones wins that. Middle of the park, number 10.
Danielle Lane.
Oh, it's well cut out. Oh, Lane, sorry. It's well cut out there by Davis. He's now breaking.
Couple of
it
big
looks
touches.
open.
Oh, who else but Younger would be in the way to stop Bournemouth getting forward, but they go again.
Find Cooper.
Good shot.
Spreads it out for Kingshot. Tries to find Bath, but she's actually caught flat-footed there, I think.
And now they could get in
down.
behind. That's too heavy.
Aubrey trying to find space down the left-hand side, but can't quite get in. We're going to have a stoppage here because Danny Bath is down.
And the Bournemouth player down. Could we be seeing?
Oh, sorry, it's not Danny Bath. He plays for Cardiff. I'm talking about Becky Bath.
Perhaps related. We can't confirm that.
We
But Becky Bath, back to her feet there. Thankfully, I was wondering if the Cherries might have been forced into another change there. Second change due to injury, but thankfully she looks all right. Will we see any manager make a change though, Jordan? You know, there's only 20 minutes left. There's changes, options on the bench for both sides.
It's one of them. Who's going to blink first, Matty?
And weather's turning for the worse here. Slight drizzle we can hear on this commentary box here, Jordan. That gets heavier, could lead to testing conditions in the closing stages.
Yeah. Although, you know, it is in the south coast.
Yeah, shame it wasn't last week when that weather was unbelievable.
I know.
Shame this game wasn't last week.
It's Lane done well there. Oh, she finds Aubrey here.
She's in. Keep us off the
Cripps
lane.
Isn't sure whether to come
Keep
or
us
not.
off the lane. She's
Chips
went for it.
Oh,
saved it.
Gary
And
Neville,
they
that's
could-
well done from Cripps.
Save with the hands, cleared with the feet from
was
Cripps.
lovely from Aubrey,
You
that.
could see she was well off her line, and Aubrey took advantage of that, lined herself up, positioned it. Good effort, great save.
I'd like to see another look at that, because I think maybe if she'd been a bit more confident on the left foot,
Yeah.
might have been a bit easier. I think it was trusting for a left footer there. She just wanted to take it on her right.
Looks like we could be seeing a first change here from Portsmouth as there's a player getting ready to come on for Jay Sadler's side. We'll get confirmation of who that is in just a second for you. As Portsmouth have the ball on the left-hand side. Yeah, oh, again a risky back pass intercepted by Jones. Katie James there with the interception. Shot shouting for it. It's given away in Jones. A bit rash. Oh, is there a slip at the back here for Pompey? Bit of space in behind.
Yeah, Cooper was
Cleared
seriously
away,
pressuring down there.
but again it's dangerous. It's stopped at the back.
Let's try to clear. It's Jones with a head. In behind. King shot on the ball.
Good
Oh,
play out
it's
wide.
well
Space here.
Space for Davis.
Emma Davis.
Why not?
That's
Tries
a great
to
ball
find
through.
Bath.
Oh, and Younger again.
And King shot there. Heavy touch, just loses out. So we should see it played up to James. Jones on the overlap here.
Finally given an option there, you know.
Nice to see. Oh, maybe gone to the wrong fullback there.
Yeah, didn't quite.
Davis wasn't really the option now, I don't
Things
think.
we haven't seen enough of the Cherries there is overlaps and options out wide, but it was there, but they couldn't find it.
Better from Bournemouth though, you have to say.
Yeah.
Davis takes the throw in up the line, cut out by Casal.
Space
Jones
Mahane
here
for
for
Aubrey.
Aubrey. Maisie Smith, nice touch, composed stuff in there. Barron tries to pass it out to Phipps, who long ball up, Younger, obviously
Again,
there.
just Bournemouth aren't learning. They try and go long. Younger clears it. It's not working. They need to try and find it on the ground a bit more.
It's a wasted pass there.
Put that up there. Younger's going to head it away all day long. Throw in again for Bournemouth down this right-hand side. Jones looks up the lane.
Tries to find James.
Nice little touch, trying to swivel away from the defender.
It's well recovered by Rowe, that.
Yeah, very good leadership from Rowe yet again with that captain's armband. We've seen it all night.
Horton clears any pressure coming in along the 18-yard box, really.
So it's all Bournemouth at the minute as they look for the equaliser in this cup final.
Absolutely, and they've come into the game the last 5 minutes.
They have.
Looks like a new lease of life, some may say.
Maybe that confidence is growing, maybe that nervous, a bit of nerves are settling in for Pompey, knowing they're so close, but still got some work to do to make sure they lift this trophy yet again. 20 minutes to go, it's 1-0 up.
It's well played there.
Far from over yet.
Smith. And you've got to say, the two Bournemouth centre-backs have done well against Jones and her presence, really.
Yeah, they have.
This second half.
Yeah.
Just to stay in the game. Maisie Smith's been very quick to come out and meet her at the balls. You know, touch-tight stuff.
Yeah,
That's
Jones.
good to know that.
Jones going to get out of feet, but it's
Out
fell
to
all right.
Aubrey.
Aubrey again with space on the left-hand side.
Tries on that special right foot that she's got. Cuts inside.
Beats Tully's
Tries
up.
to play it past to Jones.
Oh my goodness!
Screamer!
What a hit! What a goal by Emma Jones. She's threatened to do that throughout the entire game, and that one sees the back of the net absolutely ripple as Pompey increase their lead to 2-0.
And that was lovely, that, wasn't it? From
What
Jones.
a hit. Can't wait to see this replay, Jordan.
It is nice, and it's not good work from Aubrey. She just finesses that.
That one-time hit. First time hit there from Emma Jones. It doesn't get much sweeter than that.
Yeah, and Cripps left with nothing
No
she can
chance.
do about that.
No
it
chance.
was lovely. Seriously, well worked down the left-hand side there to Aubrey, who does just, you know, she squares Jones up and just gets the wrong side of her, really. Cuts it back, and it's a lovely finish into the closer left-hand side.
That
top
is
corner, right into the top bracket.
the definition of top bins right there.
It is. It's special stuff from Portsmouth, and you can't say they don't deserve the lead.
Yeah, I mean, Bournemouth had been coming into the game again, but as I said throughout, not threatening the keeper enough, not enough attempts on target. And Aubrey was constantly getting space down that side.
And if anything, that goal did come against the run of play in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, we're just praising Bournemouth, weren't we? We're just praising how they were starting to control the game a little bit.
I'd be surprised if I didn't see Bournemouth make a few changes now, really try and get back into this game.
A couple of fresh legs, especially if we can bring someone on up top, maybe make a run in behind. But you've got to, yes, Jones's finish was excellent, but the build-up play from Aubrey was just as good. Setting a player up there for the finish, and Jones's shot was incredible.
It was lovely. They'll be speaking about that on the training ground for the next month.
Oh yes, they'll be watching the replays of this, and that could see the trophy head back to Portsmouth for the second year in a row, for the 13th time in total.
15 minutes left on the clock here. And I think if Bournemouth...
Substitution.
It's a Bournemouth sub as well. Trying to get back into the
Kingshot
game.
is coming off, who's had a good game.
She has been good, Matty, actually. She's really been the engine for Bournemouth.
Hannah Francis comes on for Katie Kingshot. Can Hannah Francis become a bit of a hero here if she can get Bournemouth back in the game, pull one back, and as we've seen last night in the men's game, John, 2 late goals, wasn't it, from Eastleigh to drag it to penalties?
It was. I mean, it's not unheard of.
No, not at all. Still 15 minutes to go. I wouldn't write them off just yet.
Trying to find Jones. Goes out for another Bournemouth throw-in.
Bournemouth, yeah, throw in near the corner flag.
Jones, who's been lively, passes it over to Barron, who finds the head. Well, it was nearly audacious by Aubrey, that. Jones with the throw. As one team in Hampshire goes around, the Eastleigh ground, I'm sure there'll be some Saints fans in here that are not sure about that one. But all about the women's game here. Bournemouth versus Pompey, this is what you like to see.
Another throw-in for Bournemouth.
And it just feels like Bournemouth are struggling to really get anything into the final third.
I think, you know, they're very good in midfield. They build up the player well. It gets in and around Pompey's area. Just lack that bit of quality for me.
Just shows how big a miss Jade Bradley was when she came off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe the one that could have played the cutthroat pass, goal scoring opportunity. Just haven't created enough chances. And Portsmouth, they've not been clinical, but they've taken their chances.
They've taken the chances, took that chance early doors to Bunsen, and then when you've got Jones up top, especially first off, we've seen her really putting herself about, being a big threat, always shooting on sight. And look at that one to the left foot there for the second goal, which could be the all-important one.
Always testing. Crips in a goal in the Bournemouth net.
Which we can't say at the other end, can we? We can't really say Hannah Horton
No,
has been tested that much.
I mean, she was hero Horton last year.
Could be clean sheet Horton this year.
Yeah, and Jubilant Jones.
Jubilant Jones.
Just like that one.
I like that one. Another substitution here.
It is another sub.
Portsmouth this time, Jay Sadler's making the change.
Aubrey coming off it, looking like she's had a good game, really.
Brilliant game.
That assist, I mean, wasn't even really the best thing she did in the game. She had chances.
She's a good player, is Aubrey, very agile player. Great at taking the defenders on.
And they look like they're coming up shop here and sending Rosie McDonnell on. Maybe just giving a bit cover down this Portsmouth left-hand side, because that's where Jones has been dangerous.
If you get fresh legs on and where Aubrey was getting a lot of space, I'd be fearful for Bournemouth, to be honest with you.
Maybe a three at the back now for Portsmouth. It's looking like, and McDonnell coming on at left wing back. So a change in shape here for Portsmouth, just trying to see out the game at 2-0.
Here is the substitution of McDonnell.
First touch, let's see what she can do with it. Trusty left peg. Let's try to find a ball in the box for Jones, but it's well cut out there by Barron. Let's Pompey retain the ball here. McDonnell again. Well done by Jones, and there is space here. Rose beaten in behind.
Can I get the touch?
No. And Evie Gain, I mean, we haven't said much about Evie Gain, to be fair, but her and Younger have been really good at centre-half, I thought.
Oh, I think so indeed, and both of them are highly rated there. Evie Gain, the defender, joined Pompey from London Bees in 2021 and has recently signed a dual agreement with Championship side Watford, so a promising future indeed for Evie Gain. And we've mentioned Younger throughout there, been at the club since 2018 and is an absolute mainstay in this Portsmouth defence. I can see why.
As Jones just goes down injured there. Not quite sure what's happened. Those off the ball ones are always
have a look at the replay, yeah.
A bit more a bit more dangerous, I think, if they just go down without much contact.
Yeah.
You see another Portsmouth sub.
Yeah.
As we do see another Portsmouth sub come onto the pitch. As they just see the game out here. They don't want to cause any drama, really. We want action, both ends, really. But
we want a late Bournemouth goal to make things definitely interesting, don't we?
We absolutely do. But you've got to be impressed with how Portsmouth have gone about this game.
And there is the substitution there for Portsmouth, getting stuck in. Eva Robotham. Here she is again, Eva Robotham, fresh legs, dingles past two.
Good feet there.
Good
tackle well tracked by, I think that's Barron again. Nope, that was Davis, done well. And McConnell tries to do the first touch in the air. It's hard to control, and she's causing problems since she's come on. Maybe the change in shape has shocked Bournemouth a little bit.
Yeah, and the fresh legs working well. Bournemouth should try and look and do the same, to be honest with you.
think they should try and bring another player on to try and mix things up a little bit, as perhaps they're becoming a bit predictable. Maybe a loss of faith for Bournemouth, knowing they're now 2 goals down, but there shouldn't be. I think Steve Coos has got to really drill into the players that there still is 10 minutes left of this game, and if they get one, just imagine how nervous Portsmouth would get and how the pressure would intensify.
Jones holds the ball up against Maisie Smith, and it's goal kick to Bournemouth off of McConnell. Well, you know, the rain's dropping down. Bournemouth is a seaside town, used to the beach. You know,
the rain's coming down heavy.
It is coming down here at the Silverlake. Barron comes up with the ball, trying to find some space and some forward runners, really, which is what Bournemouth have been missing. She tries to find James, but it's not really even beating the midfield to Bunsen. She's got some space in the middle there. Sorry, that was Robo from the sub.
Here is a Bournemouth change.
And it's Barron that's going off. And, you know, she's been good. She's worked hard. I think all that midfield three, I think, were kind of... They started the game well, started the game fast, but just can't keep up that kind of energy, can you, when you're exerting that much of it?
You can't, no, but hopefully Helen Corbin can come on and do that for the Cherries, bring Elise to life, and see if they can find a way into this
number 11
cup final.
You'd hope she'd bring a bit of a attacking prowess.
Oh, she's slipped in the rain there. You can see the effects of the
weather coming in. But Bath is coming clear with the ball, but there's 4 players around Danny Bath
2 feet off the ground there, but he has the substitute on the ball.
Plays it out wide to Quayle. Drives forward, finds some space for Casal, but it's well cut out by Fripps. So I think this change in shape for Portsmouth has calmed the game down a little bit. It looked like Bournemouth were coming back into it. Like I said, that Jones goal was almost against the run of play there, really.
Yeah, but like you said there, I think we have seen the experienced game management of Jay Sadler and his side in the closing stages here of the cup final.
But they'll be delighted, Portsmouth. I mean, 13th consecutive final win. There's some good going that, isn't it?
It's an outstanding start, isn't it? It's unbelievable, really, when you consider it. You think about how big these cup finals are, the high pressure situations, and they just make it their own.
That's well done there by the substitute Corbin. Come on, looks to put some fire in the belly of Bournemouth. This is what you want to see.
This is what we want. We want some late final drama here, don't we? 5 minutes left on the clock.
Can we get any, Matty?
I hope so. But as the games went on, to be honest with you, Jordan, we still said at half time, say it again, haven't tested Hannah Horton enough, the Cherries. Still have time to do so though, 5 minutes left.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the game's kind
you
of...
never know. And he has a chance here. Oh, look at that.
Him behind row, and Horton, nearly a mix-up there. James was nearly in there, but it's actually really well done by the captain, Rowe, just letting her keeper deal with the situation. That's what you want to see from your left centre-back, really, in that position.
Will be another change for Portsmouth again here.
That kick finds Elkins.
Skips away
it out
there.
to Robo. From him has been lively since she started. Come on, and McConnell's free down the left
McConnell on
here.
the free, fresh legs in the box.
Onto her left foot.
Goes for it.
It's he bangs it in. It's McConnell, the substitute, who seals the Hampshire FA Cup final for Portsmouth once again. And they're the making of that. Bournemouth making of their own downfall, really.
Again, it's that side of the pitch that sees Bournemouth succumb to danger. But what a finish it is by the substitute, Rosie McDonald. Fantastic strike. Another left foot wand. Face Jones, then McDonald. And the keeper's beating all ends up. She does her best. The hand, it just goes over the fingertips. And it smacks into the back of the net there. There's Quayle coming off. And Rebecca Tonks coming on.
Looks just sure that they want to keep a clean sheet now, so that Captain Rowe will go home happy.
I think the closing stages has well and truly showed the quality and the experience of Pompey's players and head coach, because the changes they've made have made a difference, haven't they? I mean, they've brought the players on, they've exploited that
left-hand side, that space. Fresh Legs has got him behind again. And just watching her go back here.
It's unbelievable finish. It's
Just
a
looking
dodgy
for this.
first touch, you know. She let it go. I thought the chance is gone.
The angle was pretty tight as well.
Yeah.
She would find it from there.
It's good. It's a good finish, though. Hit it with some power. If you hit the roof of the net, the keeper's got no chance. That's a big block there from Davis.
And we've seen even the likes of Robotham in the middle of the park come on, get involved, get on the ball, dictate play a bit. So wise substitutions by Portsmouth, and their cup expertise is going to see them over the line once again by the looks of things.
It's been very
good.
good.
Look at Robotham there, brilliant turn.
Yeah.
Bodies flying forward, wanting a piece of the pie now.
Out to
Good
Casal
touch.
there. Inside on the left foot, cuts in, and it's well dealt with by Maisie Smith.
Robotham can go again
Straight
though.
out again.
Oh,
And it's found no
misread.
one. So, Matty, I'm going to push you for a player of the match now.
I would have to go with Emma Jones up top, the number 9. She's been absolutely outstanding. First half, she had a couple of chances. The shoot on sight method worked in the end, as we've seen the second half screamer really changed the game, because at 1-0, it's wide open. Bournemouth fancy the chances of an equaliser. Anything could happen. They could nick one, and then who knows, maybe even just take it to penalties. But that second goal, I think, really did kill the game off, and it's thanks to her up top. She has made the difference in the end for me, but it wasn't easy. There's been some great players tonight for Portsmouth. Albury, who got the assist, De Bunsen, who got the opener, Jasmine Younger, who's been absolute rock at the back for Bournemouth.
For Cooper.
Younger again.
Second game.
Younger again with the block, as I was just mentioning. So yeah, it's been some great performances tonight from Pompey.
I don't think anyone will really question that after the goal that we've just watched.
Yeah.
Here's McDonald, who put the nail in the coffin, really, for Bournemouth.
It's been a real showcase for women's football tonight. We've seen some brilliant quality on display, some fantastic goals. Maybe another one here.
It's Casal through onto a
Maybe
right
another
foot.
one here.
Played Robotham with the right foot shot, and it's
Oh.
well blocked by Maisie Smith, but she'll get another go here, Robotham. And it's well cleared by Elkins eventually.
Looked like
Davis
another.
comes away with it.
Another substitute trying to get on the score sheet for Portsmouth. Blocked in the end by Bournemouth, as they are really just struggling now, to be honest. The game they know is gone, and I think they want the full-time whistle now.
Yeah, and it's going to be hard for them to walk past that trophy and see blue, white and red colours on the ribbons.
Yeah, I think so, because I think they'll look back at stages in the night. I mean, they can be proud of themselves. They had a fantastic start of the game. Perhaps undeservedly went 1-0 down, but the quality has definitely shone through in this game for
And it's
Portsmouth.
easy to forget that they actually had the best chance in the first half. Before, when it was 0-0, they hit the bar.
Yeah, I remember that when they hit the bar, and they were full of energy, full of determination in those opening stages.
Maybe just too much class from Portsmouth here, as there's 3 minutes added time to the game, and they'll just be thinking about what they're going to drink at the bar after, I think, Pompey now.
As we are.
You're not
As
wrong
I
there,
am.
Matty.
Looking forward to hopefully trying this Eastleigh Spitfire lager. But everyone deserves one tonight. I think even the Bournemouth women deserve to celebrate this. You know, they've came far in a short space of time, and maybe this will spur them on to come back next year.
James gets past. Oh, it's
Oh,
Younger
that's a great
again. That is a
tackle.
big tackle in the 90th minute.
Corner.
But it's a corner to Bournemouth. And can we get a consolation in, Matty? It would
It'd be nice to see. I think they deserve it. I think it would be good to see that. Yeah.
Yeah,
They haven't had enough attempts on goal tonight,
Something
but
to celebrate, isn't it?
yeah, I mean, 3-1 score sheet looks a lot better than a 3-0. But Hannah Hero Horton in this trophy will be looking to keep the clean sheet, no doubt about it.
And it's well cleared by Captain Rowe.
Yeah,
she's been epic.
She has. Brilliant captain. Leadership qualities have shone throughout.
It has indeed.
They're just a very well drilled side, aren't they, Portsmouth? They really are.
They are, and they look hard to beat. As I say that, as keeper goes for his
That's a
Danny
good
Barth
tip.
on the ball, but
Offside.
offside. Come on, Lino. That's not what we want to
Just
see.
play on.
Yeah.
Let them through. It's not going to change the game.
As we see Portsmouth just going to
dwindle down the clock here. As the seconds
No
tick
rush
away
here.
to another trophy for Pompey women. What a record in finals for this side.
It is
This
incredible,
club.
isn't it? And to have
Really is.
that kind of record in a final, and you know, it's a hard competition to win this.
It is.
There's some talented teams on. As McDonald, she's been good since she's come
Very
on.
good substitution,
Tries
hasn't
to
she?
get down the left. Yeah, I mean, there's some good teams in this competition, and then, you know, no game's an easy game. Especially Bournemouth have put on a game. They're in the league below Portsmouth, so you know, you can never write a team out in football. That's why we all love it.
The Everestons, Abby Jones there once again getting involved. Her energy levels have been brilliant throughout. Look at that, again putting in a challenge.
What will be going through Steve Costa's mind now, Matty? Just want it over.
I think so. Yeah, I think they'll get back tonight. They'll probably watch this game back when they can bring themselves to do so, and just think about those early exchanges where they had the chances, where they had the momentum, they were zipping the ball about well, and just didn't create enough, didn't attempt enough shots on target. But again, they'll look back, I think, at Jade Bradley's injury as well. A top player there forced off for Bournemouth early doors.
Like a turning point in the game, didn't it?
It did, because she was really epitomising the Cherries' energy early doors. You know, she was putting herself about.
And that's it.
That's it.
Portsmouth have won the Hampshire FA Cup final here at the Silverlake Stadium by 3-0, and it's Jubilant Jones who's wrapped up the cup for Portsmouth. And you've got to say fair play, it was a good game for the neutral especially. I mean, Bournemouth came at it early doors, didn't really have much success, hit the bar early, but after that didn't really threaten, and there's some nice scenes here.
Great scenes there.
As the Portsmouth girls are going up to the Bournemouth girls and really giving them, you know, a well play, because they do deserve it. They played really well, Bournemouth, but it is Pompey that come away with the cup and will be over the moon about it.
Anna Horton in goal yet again, the hero last year, a clean sheet this year, and as you said, Emma Jones up top with a wonderful strike to make it 2-0. Really changed things, that, as Bournemouth were looking for an equaliser, and then the substitutions from Jay Sadler worked immensely, and Portsmouth see it through, 3-0 winners.
And that is it from us in the commentary box here. It's been a really good game from us. I really enjoyed watching the game with you, Matty.
Yeah, it's been excellent. Great night, great game.
And I hope to see you again next year.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Welcome back. What a match at the end. Full time, Pompey 3, Bournemouth 0. It was a dominant performance there, and a much controlled performance by Portsmouth at the end. And what did you make of the second half then, Ella?
Yeah, that was absolutely amazing. It's obviously freezing here now, but it's heated up on that pitch for Portsmouth. Emma Jones clearly wanted it that entire time, and luckily she got it towards the end there, and then Albury came off, McDonald came on, and to secure the win for them guys. McDonald got the third goal, and it was absolutely sensational from her.
It was absolutely sensational, especially with a substitute coming on as well to completely wrap the game up for Pompey in that way as well. And it's brilliant for Portsmouth, because they're the defending champions and they've completely delivered, and they've won it twice in a row, and that must be fantastic for them.
Yeah, it's definitely well deserved for Portsmouth for them. Obviously the defending champions, you can see over there, they're just celebrating. It must be an absolute amazing feeling for them guys. Unfortunately for Bournemouth, we're going home without, but they did play amazing as well.
The teamwork is just absolutely phenomenal, not just for Portsmouth, I mean for Bournemouth as well. Bournemouth really gave it their all tonight. Of course, they are a division below Pompey in the women's football here in England, of course, and it's been, well, they've given it their all, but Portsmouth have just controlled the game. And look at the celebrations here, just absolutely superb. The Pompey team applauding the fans that are just in front of us over there, and the scenes are absolutely wonderful.
We've got Stanley Ifikuchi here as well to give us his rundown on the game. So Stanley, how do you think this is going to affect Bournemouth maybe going forward from this defeat?
Well, there's a couple of things they need to build on, but I think for their standard, they've done really well tonight, you know. It wasn't like they were flat-footed or anything. They gave it their all, but it wasn't just meant to be. That it didn't work out. They weren't outrightly bad, but they were not up to Portsmouth's standard. So they can work on build on something from here. It's not all negative. There are things to build on. They have a quick centre forward They just need to keep delivering those balls. It's just the compact nature that they need to build up. You know, they need to play as a team, as a unit. They need to think faster, move the ball a lot quicker, like we saw Portsmouth do tonight. So there are positives out of tonight, but we'll see moving on.
Oh, fair enough. I mean, like, what did you make of Emma Jones's spectacular second goal there? That surely wrapped the game up really for Pompey then.
Well, that was a great strike. I was looking out to see if I could see her and ask her, was that really on your weaker foot? Did you do that on your weaker foot? But even on your stronger foot, that was an incredible finish. I was just behind the goal when I saw that going. It was outrageous.
Obviously, for the female game, a game like this is so big. How do you think this is going to affect, like, make a positive impact for the female game as well?
Yeah, I was recently talking about it. Female football is growing. You know, with the fans here, we didn't have this amount of people, anything close to it, because of the COVID from last year. But we're now having a lot of people now coming in to see female football. You know, it's growing not just here, around the world. I'm told that the tickets for the El Clasico tonight sold out. It was a 90,000 capacity. It was sold out completely. So that just shows you where female football is going to, you know.
So obviously they can progress a lot further. In the game as well, we saw Emma Jones get that spectacular goal, and then Aubrey, who had the assist, but unfortunately she got taken off. Then Rosie McDonald got brought on. However, we may have thought that maybe that would just calm the game down, but she brought another goal to the table. What was that like?
That's just it just makes the coach feel proud, you know. It just feels like everything he's decided tonight worked out well for him. You know, as a manager, that's what you want to see. Make the right decisions like that. Obviously, if she had come on and something else had happened, maybe she scored an own goal, say the manager didn't do well. But, you know, coming on to score a goal, it shows a lot in terms of what people on the bench can come on to do for the team, you know. They have that depth, and it showed tonight. Class on the bench.
Yeah, no, I mean, of course, that's fair enough. I mean, of course, yeah, it's jubilation for Portsmouth. It's commiserations for Bournemouth, but they really gave it their all. Was there anyone for the Cherries tonight that you thought was key in Bournemouth's performance tonight, that stood out for you tonight?
Yeah, the centre forward, I think Becky was her name, yeah. The run she made off the back of the defender, the centre backs, you know, that's almost professional level that we've seen her make tonight. But it was just that the passes coming through were not quite what, you know, she could handle. It was either too long or too short. You know, the defenders had her covered with the height. So I saw the run she made. It was almost like it was the first level football. So they can build on that. She would be an integral part of the team, you know, in times to come. I was very impressed with the performance today.
Obviously, the Portsmouth goalie, Houghton, she had a moment where she was down on the floor. If she had been taken off, obviously she was doing so well and saving all of these goals. If she had been taken off, do you reckon there could have been a bit of a change?
I don't think so. I think the damage was done already, and it would have been unfortunate to see someone who had done so well, you know, go off. I thought it was a great thing to see her stay up on the pitch till this time, you know, finish up with the team and stay on the pitch for the celebrations. But had she gone off, I don't think anything really would have happened, you know, to stop them from winning this game tonight.
So here we go then. Portsmouth lift the trophy to win the Hampshire FA Cup final for the women's final. Complete, absolute jubilation from the team in blue here. It's 2 in a row for Pompey. And was there anyone for Pompey tonight that you thought was that pretty much stood out for you tonight then, Stanley? Anyone for Portsmouth that really thought had a fantastic match tonight and helped win the trophy for Pompey for a second time in a row?
I think Evie was brilliant. Emma Jones, as we mentioned, was brilliant. Freya Jones too. These people were class, absolute class tonight, and the entire team, you know. Even down to the fans, everything about Portsmouth stood out right tonight. The manager made the right substitutions, called the game on well. It was just a show of class, you know, from the defending champions. And it was very clear that they deserved to win.
Thank you, Stanley. And we've got Jay Sadler here, who is the Portsmouth manager. You must be feeling amazing right now. How do you feel?
Yeah, no, really happy with the performance. First half, they've kind of given them a few problems with their diamond in the middle, so it kind of took a little bit of time for us to understand how we were going to press it against the ball, and we did that at half time. But second half, we got to grips with it, gained territory.
We love to see it. We honestly love to see it. This is the atmosphere you've got to see here in football.
Well, and yeah, proud of the win. Sorry.
That's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously at half time it was 1-0 up. What did you say to the girls? Just keep it going.
Yeah, I think what they were doing really well was they were creating an overload in the central area, so it's about tucking in a midfielder or a winger inside the pitch, but still giving us a threat to go through the counter-attack, and I felt we did that well. Second half, we managed to get a threat on the back line, we were able to get a couple of counter-attacks and 2 brilliant finishes to win the game 3-0, but I think just as important was that girl there that just ran past us, who didn't get player of the match, but for me was outstanding. Freya Jones in the middle of the pitch, able to break down everything and enable us to play with space, and then to keep the clean sheet as well, something that we want to do in another cup final to add to our collection.
Coach, I have a question for you. How do you feel as a manager when a player that comes off the bench scores a goal like that?
Oh, yeah, well, you look at the quality we've got on the bench, and even Hayley Bridge, who didn't come on, we've got 3 players who are ineligible to play. The quality we've got coming off the bench is ridiculous. And Rosie Mack, she played for the Navy yesterday, 90 minutes. We needed her today, but yeah, no, it's brilliant. It shows that tactically, I think, as the staff, superb, got it right today. And yeah, it's always good when you bring one off. And even Ava at the end could have had her goal, but wasn't meant to be. But we'll take 3-0. It's another cup final that we can add to the memories for this group of players.
It's absolutely fantastic, Jay. So what's the aim now towards the end of this season to push on now for next season?
Yeah, I think it's been a disappointing league campaign for us. I won't lie about that. And these are the competitions that we need to be aiming to win. But ultimately, these girls want to win the league titles. They want to win league cups. They want to win bigger things. No disrespect, we love this competition. It's a competition that I think 13 times we've won on the bounce, or in total. I've won it 5 now, and the first time felt just as good as the last. But for us, it's acid test now. We've got some massive games coming up, big exposure, 2 big games towards the end of the year against the 2 top teams that we can pit ourselves against, and we've kind of gained a new momentum. We're winning games of football, and that's always a positive.
Thank you so much, Jay. We've got Emma Jones here, who has got that sensational goal, the second goal. How are you feeling in that moment?
I just hit and hope. I mean, it's been a tough game. It was a bit up in the air, and yeah, just took my chance, really.
So congratulations to both of you. How are you both of you feeling this amazing win? Obviously you've won back to back.
Yeah. No, absolutely buzzing. I think we won it last year, so we wanted to come back out and win it again. Girls put in a great performance and a clean sheet, so smashing.
Emma, I wanted to ask you, how did it feel going through your brain and head then after scoring that absolute spectacular goal to wrap it up to make it 2-0 to Portsmouth?
I didn't really believe it myself. I just hit it, to be honest, and then yeah, luckily it went in. Thank goodness.
Was that your weaker foot? Because
I didn't really said yeah. That much. Yeah.
Well, even at that, it was outrageous. It was an outrageous finish.
Obviously, coming into this game, trying to defend the title again. It doesn't bring you down that you have to play any less. You just want to keep going. So you just want to keep winning. So for next year, is this going to be the same thing?
Yeah, definitely. It's always the aim. We hopefully get here again next season in the final and win it again. So yeah, definitely.
Nice. Well, congratulations, girl. Go and enjoy the
Honestly,
celebrations.
thank you
Have
very
a
much,
lovely
both
night.
of you.
Well
Enjoy
done.
it. You deserve it. Well done. Absolutely wonderful scenes here for Portsmouth. It's a brilliant win for them. So yeah, we're now going to bring on our other pundit, Holden Daly. Of course. Holden, how did you feel after that then? I was seeing that dominant display there by Pompey at the end to wrap the game up to make it 3-0.
Yeah, I was thinking the second half it might have been a tighter, scoring campaign for the Cherries. However, it just was complete dominant fashion by Pompey, and obviously that goal by Jones was spectacular in the corner shot. I think they just played their heart out and they wanted this trophy tonight, Jack.
Obviously, they brought Aubrey off, who was the assist for Jones's goal, but then they brought McDonnell on. That definitely changed the game as well. It secured their title, 3-0 there. I wonder what was going through their mindset.
It really did, because you thought the game was going to end. Maybe they're just trying to run out the clock. But she came out to play, and she wanted her own, taste of a goal in this, victory, and she got it. So I think it just shows you that the subs here for Pompey are strong, and they came out to play because they wanted the trophy as well.
even so, Bournemouth still played amazingly. They put through a good performance, but they couldn't quite get it.
Yeah.
If they're moving on to next year, what do you think they're going to have to do differently to try and win this trophy?
Yeah, you know, I think it's going to be a lot in the weight room, I think, and just kind of just really getting stronger. Because I think what we saw today was Pompey was just the stronger team and they were faster. I think it's just doing a lot of that stuff in the off season. I think they can get there. That was the biggest challenge today because we saw Pompey was just, they played them out physical today.
Was there anyone from Bournemouth tonight that stood out for you, though, despite the defeat, of course?
Yeah, again, I think it was just a team effort. I think they played as a team, and they lost as a team, but again, they played to the whistle. I know the results, they wanted it to be closer, but I think they played really well for a team that they played that's against, a table above them. So you got to give them credit when it's due.
Absolutely. Thank you, Holden.
You're
Thank you, Stanley. That's it from us tonight. That we have been Solent running the Hampshire Women's Senior Cup final. It was Portsmouth 3, Bournemouth 0. Congratulations to Portsmouth, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
You may not have grown from my DNA, but she is 101% my daughter, and I am just so proud of her. To me, it's just family. She's my family, she's my daughter.
Finding Forever Family.